We're good. We're live.
Okay, hello and welcome to the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week, Week 3 of 35. Paul Grant along with Steve Kelly. Duncan McDougall sick today. Hope you're feeling better, Duncan. Steve, thanks for the rescue this afternoon. Got my 5 years back in my life. We're at a beautiful Academy Lanes Pub 125 in Haverhill, Massachusetts in the Bradford section. Stop on by, 725 South Main Street. Beautiful 12 lanes in the left room. It's Academy 2, the defending champions from 2 seasons ago, 6 and 10, taking on Hingham in the finals last year, losing to Central Park Lanes 3. They're 13 and 3. They're the 4th seed. So it's 4 versus 7. 3-string format, 2 points for a win, 1 for a tie, 2 for total, 8 points overall. Austin Barnes in the 2 spot last year, leading off this year. The real Chris Jones on lane 3 for Hingham. Out of the South Shore Country Club in Hingham, Mass. For years. There's a strike for Barnes. If second year as Hingham. After being another closed house before. John Zappi putting $5 for Candlepin Cancer. Thank you, John. Mr. Dave Godwin, Mr. 235 is standing next to me. The 236 is not Aaron Fontaine. It's supposed to be Dave Godwin.
According to Paul Grant.
All right, nice start for Austin Barnes. Chris Jones trying to work it out. Does. Pretty 10. First of 3 underway. Hello, Steve Kelly.
Hey, Paul. How are you doing? Good to see you.
How's the burger and fries?
It is fantastic. Just what I needed. Thank you, sir.
All right, thanks for doing that. That's the least I could do for you. I'm sticking with pretzels with no butter and no salt and water. Barnes trying for double up the strike. And look at this one. Wow. Take a video of that one, Nico. A bucket of 5 and a 6-10 right. What a crazy game. Jones on the nose. 2-4 in the 10. Barnes, second one the strike. Nice bid. He gets a fill of 6.9. 16 through 1. Jones off the mark. Austin go over the short 2 on the right, the 6-10. What a lineup these teams have. Barnes gets the short 2 and almost got 3 and does. That's a nice 9. 25 through 2. They would do 2 blocks at a time. Jones 8, 18 through 2. Early 8-pin lead for Hingham.
You had like 3 or 4, 1, 2, 3 innings, or like one. Obviously, in the first inning, Lev gets tagged out. That friggin' just shuts everything down. It's Aaron.
Oh, sorry. I can. Yeah, thank you so much. Sorry about that.
Craig Holbrook, Bob Wickham Hall of Famers coming up after John Zappi. They've won 6 Friday Night Pro League titles together, and Craig's got a whole bunch more. Dave Godwin has been part of 3 championships for Academy 2. John Zappi, president of the league. Dave Barber helping out also. 2 left, 3, 6, 10 right. 1, 8, 10 for Dave Godwin. Thanks for watching this great game. An unbelievable game of Candlepin bowling. Anybody can bowl at almost any age, even if you're 100 years old. Dave bout injuries last year or so. Still dealing with a bum shoulder. Trying to work himself back into bowling shape. Zappi, a great start, averaging 112 and change. Try to sweep it over. Couldn't get to the right side. The 3, 6, 10. Godwin off to the right for a 9. First of 3 strings underway. Academy Lanes. Zappi a 2 for a 9. Seven-pin lead right now for the visiting bowler, Hingham. Godwin fires away to the left and gets 6. 1, 3, 8, 10. Good to be with you all on this Friday night. Zappi on the nose, splits 2 and 1. The 6 is on the right. On the left is the 2 right, 4 left. Lanes 3 and 4. Newly renovated last season. DeBurro's do a great job here, don't they? Dave hits the head pin. The wind hits the 3, but it won't fall. Zappi trying to kick it over, right in the spot he did in the first. Godwin will take a 10. 19 through 2 in the first of 3. Zappi away for a 7. 16 through 2. 44-34, 10-pin lead for Hingham. Joe Smith last year bowled in the 4th spot for the most part. At times, he's bowled in the 3rd spot as well. Middle bowlers, Hall of Famer Bob Wickham, 2023 class with Steve Reno Sr., Al Johnson, some of the Tim Matero, some of the 5 bowlers. Wally Basilinsky. Available on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Spread eagle for Joe Smith. 1 Pro Series title. He's won 1 championship here with Academy 2. Bob with the 5-2 split on lane 3. After a red-hot start this year after injuries. And there's our first banana split. Where's Casey McCool of Lakeside Lanes? Always hungry. Grrr. Smith a 9. Wow, what nice out. Takes 3 of the 4 for 9. 53-43. Hingham 13-3. The number 4 seed at 13-3. Imagine that. 2 undefeated teams. Exeter. And how about Justin Skeller's Academy 1? 16-0. Then we're going to see him next Friday night here against Lafayette Lanes. 7:30. Week 4 of the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week on Candlepin Bowling Network and YouTube. Wickham bounces 8. He's got the 4 left, 9 right. Wood to possibly help. Smith off the Worcester. 5-8, 6-10 right. Bob's has a 126.67 average. Away. Average is based on away average. Trying to clean up for a spare. He sweeps it, and he tries to push it down, but got blocked by the wood. Smith going for 2. Gets 1 for a 7. 16 through 2 early in the first. Bob cleans it up for a 10. 19 through 2. 60-52. Hingham has an early 8-pin lead. Biggest lead's been 10. It's Jim and Jalbert time. Jim Jalbert in the finals, the Worlds in Moncton last year to a triple strike. And that's who got the nickname, Jim and Jalbert. Hall of Famer Craig Holbrook on the left. He'll be the Hall of Fame 3 times with his credentials. Jalbert slams down the right side, 2-4-7 chance. Holbrook 3-6-10 right, has the 4 on the left. And not bad wood considering. Spare for Jalbert. Wife Sarah here. Daughter Tatum here as well, the junior program. Holbrook gave it a ride. It comes back. We missed the 3. Wobbles the 6. That falls. He's stuck with a 3 and 10. He gets a giggle out of that one. The food here is tremendous. High quality food. Pub 125, Haverhill, Mass. Again, the address 725 South Main Street. You do takeout here as well. Full bar. Gorgeous looking too. Craig gets a 9 to start his match. 35-week season. The playoffs will be here before you know it. Central 3, the defending champions. They're 14-2 right now in 3rd place. This is a 4-7 matchup after 2 weeks. Jalbert on the spare. He buries 9. Leads up the king, the 5. 19 through 1. Holbrook, just 5. Jalbert, tailor-made spare leave. Knocks it down, back to back to start the match. 29 of the ball through 2. Holbrook, a tough shot. 1-3-6-10, 4 horsemen right. Craig, nice 10. That's about a 36% pro success rate without wood. Stats by Candlepin Bowling Network. 19 through 2. Anchor time, John Winchell, Hall of Fame eligible from Brentwood, New Hampshire. High respect for each other. Jimbo Ayotte, 5-time Pro Series champion
Oh, yeah.
for Academy 2 on the right.
Yeah. I meant to text you.
Lead has changed, 89-72 for Academy's way. Jalbert just had a spare 9 spare. Now here's Jimbo Ayotte with a 2-1 split. Winchell goes 5-2. Home house, Exeter Lanes, Shooter Sports by Exeter, New Hampshire. Jimbo slides it across somehow, leads up to 6. That's a 7-10 he made, Steve, with a piece of wood. That's amazing. Winchell on the nose, 2 full. 3-6, 4-7 left. Doinks it going skee ball for the 100 or the 50. It's a 9. Winchell trying to get 2. And even better, 3 for a 9. 98-81. Academy has the lead by 17, their biggest lead. And they have 1 spare on the board to none for Hingham. Beautiful ball for Jimbo. Slides 7, 8. Wobbling 6 right, 7 left. Wood rolling around. Winchell off the mark again. 4-2 split. We'll get an update from Steve Kelly after every 2 completed boxes on the mark situation. Who has many marks, who's leading, and all that good stuff. Jimbo field goal. Winchell, nice shot, flies over the 6'10". Got fogged out, wouldn't come down for a landing. Jimbo at the wood, slides it over. Couldn't slide down the 7 for a 9. 18 through 2. John, good pitting on the 4-2 split. A 10. Each with a 9, each with a 10. 19 through 2 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Something for everyone. Semi-pro to pro action. Nearly 1,300 videos in climbing, never a charge. Please subscribe to Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. 107.90, 17-pin lead as bowlers switch sides. Back to the top of the order, and an update from Steve Kelly.
Hey, folks. So how you doing? I'm Steve Kelly, and we're just hammering out a couple things here at the beginning. So we are back at the top of the rotation. We have Austin Barnes and Chris Jones. Sorry. My ability to recognize names will get better as we go through tonight. It is currently 107-91. Academy 2 is up.
All right, Steve Kelly, back to your hamburger and fries. Oh, what a try by Jones. The wood slides back to 9. How about that shot? Spare. 28 in the ball through 3. Barnes strike 6 and a 9, Phil. A 9 box, rather. Stuck with a 2, 7, 10 on lane 3. Chris Jones had a great start this year. High single 139 the first 2 weeks. 124 average, 10th right now, coming in. Barnes is 7, 32 through 3. Leads trimmed to 13 for Academy 2 on the left. Jones slides down the 7. The wood sizzles between the 3 and 6. 34 through 3 on the fill. Easter Classic champion, Austin Barnes. 203 in that third string to cruise from there. He was awesome that day. Good young kid, great attitude, on the rise. Jones, another four-swing spare. Holbrook had one for a 10. He gets one for back-to-back spares. 44 in the ball through 4. Barnes leads up to 6. Good bid. Barnes right on for a 10. What a luxury to be on this team for him. He loves the experience. He's taking advantage of it. 41. That should be a 10. 42 through 4. Yeah. The scoreboard automatic scoring showing 41. I correct, it's 42. So it's 124, 117. Academy up 7 on the left side. Veteran bowler John Zappi, also Hall of Fame eligible. Diamond plus the 10. Mr. 235, Dave Godwin on the crossover. 3 left, 6 right. Great chance for a spare. Each looking at their first mark. He early in the first of 3. Zappy way off track there. Godwin for a spare. He hit the wood. The ball comes back right behind the 6. Not happy with that shot. Zappy is 7. 23 through 3. First of 3 strings. Dave doinks it for 9. 28 through 3. 133, 124, 9-pin lead for Academy 2 on the left. And it's 1 spare for each side. Steve Kelly bailing us out today last couple hours. Thank you, Steve. And enjoying the food here. And does a great job in the technology. Zappy 1-9-10. Godwin a 5-2 split. What an incredible game, Candlepin Bowling. Get your friends out, your family out. Join a league. Support your local bowling center. And invest in Candlepin Bowling. Great way to do it is Candlepin gift cards. Zappy hit. Oh, what a shot that was. That's a spare. 33 and a ball through 4 after a tough start. Godwin, again, good try. Leads up to 10. Trying to get to 38 through 4 in the second spot. The captain of his team, a 9, 37 through 4, 142, 134. Academy 2, the 7th seed leads the 4th seed after 2 weeks. Stands going to change a lot, obviously. They're up by 8 right now. Middle bowl is Bob Wickham, 19 through 2. Joe Smith, 16 through 2. Joe, one of the quietest bowlers you'll see in the lane. Very stoic, very deadly. Wickham splits 3 and 2. Here's Joe Smith in the pocket for a strike. 9. Wobbling 8. Come on down. Will it go? Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. How close can you get? Wickham gets the 6-10. Easy shot here for Smith for a spare. Got it. 26 in the ball through 3. Bob on the wood gets 1 only for an 8. 27 through 3 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Next Saturday, it's a doubleheader bonanza. The Candlepins for Cancer variety style 5-string format. Webster Timberlane's Lucy's Pizza Bar, home of the chocolate chip cookie pizza. Stepladder series starting at 10 a.m. Riverwalk Bowlers Justin Linnaeus, the 5th seed against Ryan Overhaul Southall, the first match, 10 a.m. Mike Moore and Greg Guiar, myself on the call. 3 seed is John Blaze, takes the winner of that first round. The 2nd seed right here is Chris Jones through a 6-17. And number 1 seed, the Twister, Scott Douglas, dominated with 6-48. The number 1 seed. That's Saturday, September 28th, live. Come on down, support the fine bowlers. Wickham bounces right. 1, 2, 4, 8 behind the 2. 10 right corner. Smith on the spare. Off left. 4. At the minimum, 30 through 3. And later that night, it's the Women's Money Match 2 returning after a 2.5-year hiatus. Come on down to Exeter Lane, Shooter Sports Club, Exeter, New Hampshire. Raffle Card Senior's house. 7 o'clock match. Oh, what a shot for Wickham! 37 the ball through 4. Smith, same spot. Defending champions Madison River, Mario Johnson take on Amy Doobie, Miss Hawaii, Lori Lewis. 7 o'clock next Saturday night, the 28th of September, 2024. Doubleheader bonanza next Saturday, live on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Smith 8:38 through 4. Get a quick update from Steve Kelly.
Hey, Paul. So here's the current update. It's 164 to 152. Academy 2 is currently up. And back to Paul.
Craig Holbrook, 6-10, spare chance. Tim Jalba, 2 spares to start. A 9, Phil now a 7. 1, 2, 4, going for 3 in a row. 36 through 2. His team has the lead by double digits. 2 points for a win, 1 for a tie, 2 for total. 63-year-old Craig Holberg. He stole it with the wood. He'll take it. Shakes his head, but take it while you can. How many times you get snowed? Jalbert, let go. No. What was wrong with that shot? He hit the object pin. Craig did not. Craig steals it. Jalbert gets robbed. He got lucky with the wood, John. Come on. He missed the object pin. Come on. We call it like we see it. John giving grief as always and good fun. Great guy, John Winchell. 10, 46 through 3 for Jalbert. Holbrook's spare is 5, 34 through 3. Tim with a 4-2 split. A lot of these so far. His home house, Webster Timberlanes, Abington, Mass. Is Holbrook? He missed the mark that time. Everything went but number 1. The taxman, Mike McIntosh in the house. Jalbert, 3 out of 4. Spare. And he lucky to have 4 in a row. 56 in the ball through 4. Holbrook a 10. 4, 4, 4. A good number. 44 through 4. Hingham led early. Academy 2 leads by 14 right now. 3 marks to 1, though, favors Hingham on the right. Close to a virtual tie. Great battle early season. John Winchell on the nose, 9. Leads up to 10. Jimbo Ayod, beautiful ball. Pushes down the right side, 4-7 chance. Winchell for a spare. He got it. 29 in the ball through 3. 4 marks. On their side, Jimbo to answer. Grazed it, won't carry the 7. And Hingham has the virtual lead, 4 spares to 1.
Hey, Paul, what's up, buddy?
10 for Jimbo, 28 through 3. Special guest, folks, it's the Taxman.
Hello.
Mike McIntosh, no longer 3.0, no more upgrades.
That's
he
it.
got demoted to the Taxman.
That's right. Taxman now.
You
That's
bowled
it.
great. You had a 636 yesterday in your first Atlanta Candlepin singles tour match,
Yes,
Class A.
much surprise to everyone, including myself.
Talk about your son and daughter, Molly and Shane.
Molly and Shane are doing well with bowling and baseball. They are
There's
academic.
a strike for Winchell. Sorry, Mike.
Oh, it's okay,
Business
buddy.
your pleasure.
No, I've been coaching. You know what? I'm really enjoying them at this age, and it's just been a blast.
Talk about what Molly did.
So Molly is currently in the running to make it to the World Series, Major League Baseball World Series. If she holds on to 4th place overall in the country in the MLB pitch hit and run contest, there's only 3 winners left to be named this weekend. So we're waiting to see.
Awesome. You also play the guitar. Tell us where you play your guitar.
I play the guitar in my living room mostly.
Don't you still play in Haverhill, though?
I play around when I have time. I just haven't had a ton of time, but no, it's one of my hobbies.
Nice shot for Ray. How about that shot? Those never go for spares, do they? 10. 37 through 4. Talking to Mike McIntosh. Mike, talk about Shane also. He's doing pretty good, too.
Shane's, yeah, he's finally coming around. Shane, we just need him to pay attention. Once he focuses, he's really can do anything he wants to.
Like father, like son, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's got a bit of an attitude. It's Shane 1.0 right now. That's for sure. Thanks, Paul.
All right.
All right,
Thanks, Mike McIntosh. The Taxman, 24/7 bookkeeping and accounting. Update from Steve Kelly in just a moment. And Jones buries them all for a strike. And that's on spare. 54 through 4, 64 half plus 2. Barnes and 5 in the 6 leave. Pick your favorite pin. And Hingham going a furious rally right now. Approaching the halfway point of the first. Barnes field goal 8, 50 at the half. Quick update from Steve Kelly.
Hey folks, Steve Kelly here. So we currently have Academy 2 at 219 and Hingham at 227. But several folks on Hingham are on marks, 4 out of 5 at least. Where Academy 2, it's only 1 person on a spare.
Thanks, Steve. Barnes, he gets a strike. 60 plus 2, his second strike, and one of the first to start the match. Jones on the nose. 3, 6, 10, 7 left, trying to send it East Coast to West Coast. He's got 3 marks in a row. 10-8, spare 6, spare strike. Second season, full season on their team. Trying to kick it over. Oh, wow, what a shot for a spare. 4 marks in a row. Nico, take a video of that one. 74 half, 84 on the ball through 6. Sizzling. Austin 60 plus 2 through 6 on the strike. 2 great teams. Always in the running for the championship on Friday Night Pro League. Second ball is a 5. John Zappi on the left on a spare. Dave Godwin 37 through 4. Quarter, yikes. The 2. Jonathan, a great start this year. Good to see. That got away for 3. 36 through 4. Godwin got a break there. It's in parallel time. Good place to be when you have a bad day, bad week, bad life. Step of the world of parallel time like Dark Shadows. Great TV show in the 60s and 70s. With the wood, he gets them all for a 10. 47 half. Zappy, 7. Negating the spare 3. That's Paul Grant Bowling. 20 and 2 boxes with a mark. 43 half. 257, 239. It goes the other way now. Hingham has the lead. Flip-flopping back and forth. Godwin on the pocket, 2 full though. Spread eagle throwing the 8 behind the 2. Here's John Zappi. Just missed right. 1, 2, 4, 7. 4 horsemen left. It's a 337 in week 1, 336 last week. Godwin chops out the 2 on the right. 4-1 split. Zappi for a second spare. He hits the head pin, got the 1 and 2, but not the 4-7. Godwin, nice out. He'll take an 8 out of that mess. 52, make it 55 through 6. Zappi gets a 10, 51 through 6. And this box coming up is the halfway point of the first. I believe. Pretty close. Semantics. Joe Smith, 38 through 4, and a spare 4 in the third. 1, 2, 6, 10. Bob Wickham on his first spare. 37 in the ball through 4. Now, the injuries the last couple of years, slight hit in the pocket. He'll get 7. Has the 3, 7, 10. Would to possibly help. 4, 4, 4. 44 through 4 for him also. Interesting leave. Can he get it? Just missed. Smith grabs the short 2 for 9. Joe, 47 at the half. Bobby Witt takes a 9. 53 half. .283, 256. Hingham has the biggest lead right now, 27. Smith, half Worcester, 2 in the 8. Bobby Witt from Pembroke, Massachusetts. Steals 7, 137. Steve Kelly with the play-by-play in the middle string. Smith, good try. Leads the goalpost. Wickham just missed right. 1 of the 7. Thanks for watching this great game of Candlepin Bowling. It's unbelievable. 9 for Joe Smith. 56 through 6. Wickham doinks it for an 8. 61 through 6. 291, 265. Lead is 26 for Hingham. 13 and 3 coming in. Academy 2, 6 and 10. They had a slow start last year. A lot of injuries. They came back strong. The 4th seed last year. Hingham was the 3 seed last year. Tim Jalbin on a hot start. 56 in the ball. 1, 2, 4, 8 behind the 2. 62 through 4. What a start. Craig Holbrook, 44 through 4. Wood slides back. Takes out the 6. 1, 3, 7, 8, 10. Jabba flies around somehow, the 2 and the 4. Holbrook, good bid. It goes. How about that one? Spare. 54 on the ball through 5. Jabba cleans it up for a 10. 72 half. He's pin perfect so far. Jabba on the crossover. He's got the same thing Holbrook had a moment ago. 3, 7, 10. Decent wood. Over the 127 average this season. Buries 8. He's got the 5, 10. See if he can use that wood. That's on a spare. 62 at the half. Jabba in front of the mark. Spins around the curly shuffle. Whoop, 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 whoop. Won't go. Where's Casey McCool? Holbrook for a spare. Got it. 72 to ball through 6. Hingham has the lead here in the first of 3. Jabba, it's still perfect. 10. 82 through 6. Next Friday night, Lafayette Lanes. On the road here against Justin Scally's undefeated team coming into tonight. 16-0. Academy 1, 7:30 live. Alex Patton with the technology with myself scheduled next Friday night, 7:30 live on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Ankle bowl is Jimbo with a check mark. J.O.N. John Winchell, one of the most clutch bowlers you'll see on a strike after a spare. Splits 5 and 2. Jimbo got the 5. Winchell trying to kick it over somehow. Lucky get 8, has the 1 and the 8. 8 on the strike. 57 through 4. A 10 for Aod. 48 through 4. Winchell flies around the 8 for a 9. 66 half. 336, 301. Lead is 35 for Hingham. It's gone back and forth. Hingham in control right now. This thing on 2 spares to none. Actually, 1 strike for Academy 2. 2 spares for Hingham. Austin Barnes, the lead-up bowler, next on a strike. Chris Jones on a spare. Jimbo got a break. 1, 2, 10. John Winchell on the nose. He's got the 4, 7, 8 triangle and the 10 on the right. He's got 3 pieces on the deck. He can try to spin it over. Aoff for a spare. He got it. 58 in the ball through 6. Great pitting leads to marks. 9s and 10s. His first mark. Had a 7:03 in the Candlepin Cancer qualifying round a couple seasons ago at Lakeside Lanes, Manchester, New Hampshire. Number 1 seed. Winchell, what a try. Thought he had it. Trying to get to 76 through 6. John Winchell, 10, 76 through 6. The first of 3 strings. That means it's time for an update from Steve Kelly. Skelly.
Oh, God, a score update. Okay, so, folks, Academy 2 is at 311, trailing Hingham by 35, which is 346. Jones and Holbrook are on open marks. Barnes and Aod are on open marks for Academy 2.
Thank you, Steve. Both in the bonus. Jones. 3-1 split. 2, 4, 7, 6 right. 90 through 6. Austin Barnes, strike 6 in the first, strike here in the 6th. In the pocket. 2-4-5 triangle, 10 right corner. Back to lane 4. Jones going for 5 marks in a row. Just missed the object pin, the 2, 6 on the right. Austin using 3/4 of that approach. Quarter approach. Just missed the object pin, the 2, 7 in the strike. 67 through 6. Chris Jones, a 9. 99 through 7. Good start. Austin outside the 2 for a 7. 74 through 7. Hingham still has the lead. Turn yourself around. They got 360. 325 for Academy 2. Hingham 13-3. Academy 6-10 coming in. Week 3 of 35. All on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube in high definition. Free to subscribe. Jones, strike! Bombs away, baby! 109 plus 2 through 8. What a string. What an addition to their team. Speaking of good additions to the team the last few years, Austin Barnes with 5. Hingham on a good roll right now. 2 marks to 1 on their side. Good bid by Barnes. Rolls past the 5, 8, 9. Austin field goal. Actually got the Oreo cookie. Got the cream in the middle. Left the wafers on the outside. Steve, you like the good stuff? You eat the Oreo cookies? Do you eat the cream in the middle first?
Well, I'm not super into the Oreo cookies anymore, but when I did, I would kind of split them apart and go for the cream, you know.
I used to like putting ice cream in between, chocolate ice cream in between when I was a kid. Not anymore. I can't eat that stuff anymore. It's like gross. Now it's great as a kid, though. Casey McCool loves Oreo cookies. He swallows them whole. Here's John Zappi, 53 through 6. Comes back for the 1, not a head pin officially. Dave Godwin on the head pin. He pushes 9. He has the 10 pin for a spare. He's pinned well, looking for his first mark. John looking for his second mark. He hit the object pin, won't go. Godwin for a spare. He got it. 65 and a ball through 7. Eagle eyes. Zappi, Z-A-P-P-I, a 9. 62 through 7. Can Academy 2 make a big run? They're trailing right now, 379, 343. Well past the halfway point of the first. What an incredible sport. 10-pin bowlers, try it out. It's a lot of fun. It'll challenge you like golf. Zappi on the head pin, takes down 8. 6 and a 10, wood in front. Godwin right in the nose again. Wills down, 9 again. A wobble on the 2, looked like a split. 74 through 7, coming to life here in the first of 3. Zappi with the wood, no. Godwin for back-to-back. No. Zappi for a 10, gets a 9. 71 through 8. Godwin wasn't there. Ball comes back. That's a 9. 83 through 8 on Candlepin Bowling Network. 388, 361. Lead is down to 27 for Hingham. They've got the hits on their side right now. A strike and a spare to 1 spare for Academy 2. Bob Wickham, 61 through 6. Joe Smith, 56 through 6. Each have 1 mark in the string. Bobby Witt, beautiful ball, 9, 10, strike! The train takes down the 6, on the 4 rather, on the Haver line. 4 pin the last to fall. Usually the Haver line's late for everything. Like the whip for Smith. 3 in the right, 2, 4, 7 on the left. The Broomer's out for the sweep, for the spare. He will not get it. Oh, the 4 does not go somehow. Wickham 71 plus 2 through 7. What a great bowler. What a class act. I mean, Craig Holbrook. Bowlers need to emulate their attitude on and off the lanes. Great competitors, but Boy, they're great role models, good ambassadors for the game. Smith a 9, 65 through 7. Every time Academy makes a run, Hingham has an answer. They have 2 strikes, 1 spare on their side, 1 spare for Academy 2. Good to see Bobby Wickham back this year, full time, pretty much. Took the first week off. 1, 2, 4, the 8 behind the 2. First ball on the strike. Back to lane 3. Joe Smith just off the mark. 1, 3, 6, 10. Wickham for a spirit strike. Just missed inside. Wood slides down around. 80 through 7. Smith for a spare. Chops out the 3. Wickham 9. 89 through 8. Joe matches 9. 74 through 8. They fix the scoreboard. 416, 379. Hingham once again starting to pull away. Craig Holbrook on a spare. 72 in the ball through 6. Back-to-back spares. 3 in the last 4 on lane 4. Here in Haverhill, Massachusetts. There's 8 more. 80 through 6. Jim Jalbert trying to jam it down. Look at this. Is that down? Nico, take a video of that one. Is that down? Wow, talk about hanging on to dear life. Holbrook on the edge of himself. That won't go. What a strange game. What a strange leave. Welcome to Candlepin Bowling, folks. Can he get it? No. Robbed again. Twice. Look at that. 6 marks. Holbrook at 10. 90 through 7 in the first of 3. Week 3 of 35. Job at his first missed pin. A 9, 91 through 7. Boy, he got holes in that one, Steve. Yeah, we are recording just in case we lose our Wi-Fi. Holbrook back in the head pin, splits 3 and 1, 4 left, 3, 6, 10 right. Jalbert fires away. And we got our second banana split. Where's Casey McCool? He's always hungry. Holbrook, what a try. Can't reach the 4. Hingham in control right now. Academy 2 has championship pedigree. Jalbert, what a try. Almost got that one. That's four boxes, not getting the marks. Missed by 1 pin. Craig gets to 10, 100 through 8. Tim a 9, 100 through 8 also. Anchor ball is coming up. 444, 44, 444 to 397. Hingham has to lead by 47. 1 strike for them, 1 spare for Academy. The spare from Jimbo Ayotte in the red shirt on lane 3. Lane 4, John Winchell 75 through 6. Jimbo's 58 in the ball through 6. Winchell gets a light hit and steals the 8, 9. Not a head pin hit. Head pin has to be hit in the first ball. Jimbo curves in the pocket. 8. 5 middle, 8 left. 66 through 6. Trims the lead down slightly. Winchell for a spare. Bang! 85 in the ball through 7. Jimbo the answer. Yes! Little breeze on the 8 for a spare. Back to back. 76 in the ball through 7 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Executive producer is Bob Lee. Steve Kelly in the play-by-play in the middle string. Right, 2 great teams to watch. John Winchell in the pocket, slides down the front pin, 4, 7, 8, 10. Bunch formation on the left. Strike! Rayon! On spare, 3 marks in a row. 86 through 7, 96 plus 2 through 8. No surprise. Winchell's Phil 6, 91 through 7. Can he kick it over? Oh, what a strange hit. Not the way he wanted to do it, but almost got it. We'll check that scoreboard in a moment. Yeah. Winchell gets a 10, 101 through 9. Austin Barnes back to the top. You got a quick update from Steve Kelly after this box. Chris Jones on a strike. 109 plus 2. He's at 7 off the head pin. 136. Things going his way. Barnes 247, plank in front to the 9. He will not get it. Frustrated, 4 on the 9. 2 marks in the string, both strikes. Jones for a spare on strike. Just missed outside. 7 is the fill. 116 through 8. Barnes an 8. 90 through 9. Jones. That's a Paul Grant special. Missed the second, make the third. Not a bad time for that when you're winning, but not when you're losing. 126 to 9. How many times did you do in my career? Missed by a smidge, you get on the next shot. Put a buck in if you want. Help Candlepin for Cancer. 501c3 charity, but $61,000 paid out to families the last 6 years. Barnes, strike number 3. Wow! 100 a ball in the 10th. What a strange string. Jones on the crossover. Gets a kick off the wall. It's got goalpost. If the wood to settle down, he's got a chance. Looks like 4 pieces back here. Great guy. Very stoic on the lanes also. For another spare. Yes! What a string. 136 in the ball in the 10th. Austin strike 6 in the first, strike 7 in the 6th. Strike here in the 10th. Full horseman in the post, trying to get to 110. Jones trying to get to 146. Won't get there with a 3, but nothing wrong with the 139 first string. And his team Raz giving good fun. Sometimes you don't amped up on those shots. Barnes, nice bid. Head pin only for a tough 6 on the strike. 106, 3 strike, first string. $500 already for Hingham. Quick update from Steve Kelly.
Howdy, Paul. So Hingham has crossed exactly 500, up by 41 over Academy 2's 459. We currently only have Jim Ayotte on Academy 2 on an open mark. Everyone else is closed. Back to you, Paul.
2 marks on their side. Dave Godwin. Nice ball there. Got a 9 drop. Didn't get the spare of the 10 last time out. 7, 8, 10. Wood rolling around. John Zappi chips out the 7. Four pieces almost parallel to each other. Trying to bounce it around for a spare. He got it. 93 to ball through 9. John jumps out the lemon drop, which will be in the first ball. The 6. 10 families helped the last 2+ years. $1.05 in a spare strike for Candlepin for Cancer. Optional donation. Zappi, nice out. He'll take a 7 out of that mess. Just 78 through 9. Had a spare 3 in the 4th, his only mark. And here comes Academy 2, trying to make a late push for 2 points. They're down 38, 2 marks to none. We've seen A lot crazier finishes with $4 to go. Godwin bounces it left, just 4. Frustrated with that shot. 97 through 9. John Zappi on the head pin. 3-2 split. Late in the first. Academy Lanes Pub 125, Haverhill, Mass. Godwin off the right. Everything but number 1. Wood rolls back slightly, won't get there. John chops out the 4. Dave trying to get to 107. John trying to get to 88. Red hot his first 2 weeks. Mr. 235, a 9. 106, opening string. Zappia 6, tough string, 84. That's what you have a team for. 517, 482, 35 pin lead for Hingham. Can they hang on? 1 strike for Academy 2, the only mark on the board for the anchor bowler, Jimbo Ayotte. Middle bowlers, Joe Smith, spread eagle. Bobby Witt. 1, 2, 4 in front, 6-10 right. Wood behind. Maybe help. Smith, good try. Wickham for a spare. It slides everything but the 10. Smith, nice 10 up the spread eagle. 1% success rate for Class A bowls without Wood. Stats by Candlepin Bowling Network. 84 through 9. Wickham in 9. 98. 98 through 9 in the first of 3. Lead is dwindled down to 30. 522, 492. A strike. For Academy 2, the only mark. A double strike would be huge. Smith finds the head pin, but splits 3 and 1. Bobby Witt in lane 3. Nice ball for a strike. The Wood stays between the 4-7. Smith trying to kick it over. Wow, what a shot for a spare. Big time spare for a big time bowler, Joe Smith. 94 and a ball in the 10th. Wickham to answer. Yes. 108 and a ball in the 10th. Caddy making a push. Hingham says not so fast. 2 strings after this. A great match. 2 great teams. Smith in the pocket. It's a diamond. 100 first string. Wickham trying to gain some pins back. A lemon drop. $5 for Candlepin for Cancer. He's thrilled about that, I'm sure. The one Phil finally gets a smile out of it.
I hate you too. You can tell. You can see it. I hate you.
Bob's give you the $5 next time. Thanks, Bob. Good sport. Gets a giggle. 109, $6 to go. Quick update from Steve Kelly.
Thanks, Paul. So Hingham is at 533, up by 25 over Academy 2, who's at 508. Jimbo Ayotte is on the strike.
I'm Raz and Bob Wickham. We got the Candlepin for Cancer Top 5 show in his home house next Saturday. He'll pay the $5 for Candlepin for Cancer then. Craig Holbrook, 1, 7, 9, 10. Wood rolling around. Tim Jalbert, 100 through 8. As is Craig coming in. He's got the 3, 5, and the 7. Interesting. Wood's got 4 pieces. A left side T-shape shot. Will he cap it? Will he go around it and go right at that cap? Let's see how he plays it. He goes red line. He got it. What a shot for a spare. 110 in the ball.
He's going for the cap.
He was going for the cap. Yep. Holbrook, he got it. What a shot for him. Both 110 in the ball in the 9th. $3 to go in the first. Steve Kelly with the play-by-play. Next string. On the head pin for a strike, 9. 119 through 9. Gem in time for Jalbert. Holbrook Spear crossing over. He gets 8 in the wiggle. No giggle. 1:18 through 9. What a battle. Hingham in control right now. Could use this. He got it. Back to back. 129 in the ball. Jam and jabber time. Holbrook trying to spin it over. He got it. He goes back to back. Rock'em Sock'em Robots. 128 in the ball. The lead is 24.
Those goddamn Hall of Famers know how to make shots in the clutch, let me tell you.
Beep.
Craig's been doing that for 72 years.
Tell us how you really feel, Dave Godwin, the captain. 6 for Jabba. Nice string. 135. Holbrook tries to pass with 8 or more. He crosses over. He'll get a bucket of 5. Maybe get 6. He gets a giggle out of that one. What a battle between those two. Jim Jabba, 135. Craig Holbrook, 134. Hey, Craig.
One extra pin, baby.
1 inch more on the bicep.
Jim and Jabba, how's it feel to beat Craig by 1 pin? 135, 134.
I do it all the time.
Anything to say in your defense, Craig?
I would say he does that a lot. It's okay, though.
But there's still 2 more strings, right?
We're doing well as a team, though, right here.
All right, final 2 boxes. On a strike, Jimbo A on his team is in a hole right now. They've cut it closer. 1710 Sports Center, still there.
It's funny, Zappy and I were joking early on. The first 2 boxes of the match, we didn't get any marks, and he was calling it travel time. You know, almost like you're, flying in from Seattle. But then after we got adjusted to the lanes, we're okay. It's all good now.
That's a tough
We're doing
long
good.
grade special. Missed the second, make the third for a 10. 113 through 9. Winchell in 8. Thanks, Craig Holbrook and Tim Jalbert. 109 through 9. Their first string is pretty much 15-pin lead. A double strike is needed. They were down big. They're down to 15. Academy 2 must double strike. Down 15.
Oh, thanks, yeah.
Won't get it. Hingham takes the first 2 points. 15-3 in the season right now, up to date. Academy drops to 6-12. Chris Jones, 139. 134 for Craig Holbrook. Jam and Jalbert, Tim Jalbert, 135, leads his team. AI just missed number 1. He's trying to get to 123. Winchell a spare in the 10th. Add the lead back up. 119 in the ball. Former Atlanta Candlepin Singles Tour Class A champion, twice in the finals. Lost to Sean Taylor the second year. Sean Taylor, very underrated Class A bowler.
Nice finish, Jimbo. That away.
A 10, 1, 2, 3, 123. Jackson 5, first string. They end up with 570. Winchell try to go strike on spare. He'll take 6. 125 opening string. The final score, the first of 3. Hingham takes it. 591 to 570, is it? 591 to 570, a 21-pin lead. 2 strings to go. And as Steve finishes munching down his burger, he'll call the play-by-play for the whole second string. I'll be back for the third. You're watching the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week on Candlepin Bowling Network. Paul Grant, Steve Kelly from Academy Lanes, Pub 125, Haverhill, Mass. Join a league. Invest in Candlepin Bowling, a sport for any age. Steve Kelly.
All right, thanks, Paul. Go ahead and take a game off on me. So, folks, hello. My name is Steve Kelly. I'm honored to be your narrator and guide for Game 2 of 3 of this Friday Night Pro League. And we're going to start off at the top of the second with the top of the roster. We have Chris Jones on the right in the green and Austin Barnes in the red on the left. Chris Jones starting out with a spread eagle on the head pin, a 4-drop head pin shot and a split. And we have Austin Barnes on lane 3 at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts on Candlepin Bowling Network. He's on the head pin, and pins are still falling. It's an 8 drop. Have a look at the Eagle. Chris Jones versus the Eagle. He takes out the left half of the roadkill, leaving the right half, the 3-6-10. Austin Barnes for his spare attempt on the 3-6. Austin Barnes, the 200 man from Leda Lanes. And Austin Barnes will take a mark. He'll putt it in. Chris Jones will clean up for a 9 box to start out the first box of the second game, the inaugural first box. Appreciate you folks watching, wherever you are, however you are. For those who might be noticing we're having a few network issues, you are not imagining that. The wired internet at Academy Lanes tonight is actually not functional, so we're doing the best we can on what we got with Wi-Fi and whatnot. So far it's holding steady, but every once in a while it may drop. So apologies on that. Corey Lisi, if you're watching, we gotta work out that Ethernet and that firewall issue. Anyways, Chris Jones dropping 6. Let's zoom in on that. Chris Jones, 7-8-9-5 for a spare shot. He'll play it. He'll get the center triangle, leaving the 7. Austin Barnes, 7-9-10 for his spare bid. Austin Barnes will play the left side. He had the right idea, but he won't get the mark he's looking for. Both bowlers shooting for 10 boxes. Chris Jones on the 7 pin, 9 or 10 box. He'll skip the ball and he'll take a 9. Barnes versus the 9 and the 10. Some wood to the right of the 9. Austin Barnes will kick it. That was exactly how I thought he was going to play it. 10 after 2, 27 after 2 for Barnes, 18 after 2 for Jones. And we are going to swap over to our second pair. Sorry, I forgot to switch the visuals. Here, have a look. It's Jones and Barnes, 18 and 27, respectively. But we're going to cut over to our second pair, John Zappi on the right in the green and Dave Godwin in the red on the left. Currently, Hingham sits at 609, up 12 to Academy 2's 597. Zappi, that first ball does not count. He's just clearing a piece of wood in the gutter. So just forget that ever happened. Although they do need to score correct that ball. And I think John Winchell just saw it. So brand new automatic score system, Cubic AMF BES, and our pro players are still getting accustomed to it. There's already been a few times where I pointed out they might need to double check a few things. John Zappi to the right of the head pin. Half Worcester plus. Godwin. Awkward release, but it worked out for him. On the head pin, he strikes it up. John Zappi on the spare conversion leaves 1 pin on the deck. No mark for John Zappi. Zappi for the 10. Zappi will get the 10. Zappi C10, Zappi get 10. Here's your Mark's matrix for the night. Currently, Chris Jones with 4 spares and Craig Holbrook with 5, as well as Tim Jalbert with 5 spares. Some of the notable superlatives here. John Zappi on the right leads off. On the head pin, we'll split it up for a 6 drop. Dave Godwin is on a strike. Dave Godwin, bit of a misfire. I saw the second that ball bounced. That was not at all what he intended. Let's look at the spare leave opportunity for Mr. John Zappi on the 2, the 4, the 6, and the 10. No wood to help him. Play the 2-4 pocket the right way, and you got it. And he'll try that, but he shoots a little bit too much to the left. Dave Godwin, after disastrous first ball, this will complete a strike bid. Strike fill, that is. His strike fill will be 6. John Zappi, no mark. He's looking at a 7, 8, 9, or 10 box. Zappi fires. Takes 1 out for an 8. Godwin, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. Godwin will take 9. The 8 pin does not play nice. Funny how that happens. Academy 2 at 622 with no open marks. Hingham at 627, no open marks. Switching over to Bob Whitcomb on the right and the green, and Joe Smith on the red and the left. Whitcomb leads off on the head pin, dropping 9, maybe 10, just 9. 7 pin's the only one left. Joe Smith, I thought he almost fell over there for a second. He had a bit of a stumble on the head pin, leaving the 5 and the 7. 5-7, my favorite gun in Counter-Strike. Bob Whitcomb for the spare, he gets it. Single pin, puts it in. I'm a poet, don't you know? Joe Smith, for his spare, he plays the 5 a little too lightly. Leaves the 7 on the deck. And Smith will take a 10, pinning it out. Both bowlers 10 after 1, but Whitcomb is on a mark. Take a look at the standings. In case you missed it from the start of the broadcast, you see Hingham is the 4th seed, while Academy 2 is the 7th seed. And depending on who takes what, they may switch around tonight, so we'll see where that goes and where the night takes us. Anyways, back to Bob Whitcomb, who is on a spare right now on lane 4 at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. Whitcomb is on the headpin. Awkward split, though. It looks like it's going to be a 6-fill. 7-10-5-6. Joe Smith to the left of the headpin, drops 6 and counting. Pin still falling, actually. Headpin wiggling, 6-pin wiggling. He takes 7 for the first ball. And we have Bob Whitcomb, 7-10-5-6, and he'll kiss the wood, and he'll take everything out. How about that? It's a wonderful spare by Bob Whitcomb. Smith, meanwhile, for a 3-pin spare, he will do the same, not to be outclassed. Here's some score updates for you. It's a lot of stuff to click through, I'll tell you that. 26 and a ball after 2 for Whitcomb, 20 and a ball after Smith. Dave.
Just like I told you, those goddamn Hall of Famers know how to make the shots.
Yes, sir. You come to the Friday Night Pro League and you expect to see some incredible stuff, and I certainly hope you are not disappointed by the performances tonight. We would expect nothing less. And we have Craig Holbrook on the right in the green. He pitches. He's to the right of the head pin, a bit of a wild pitch. Tim Jalbert on the left in the red. On lane 3, to the right of the head pin, 5 drop. Craig Holbrook, bit of a misfire on the first ball. Bouquet of pins in the center. 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 9. Holbrook fires. He has a hit full in the center. And he takes a few out. 1 and the 9 are left on the deck. The 9 is wiggling. Tim Jalbert, 4 horsemen left side, and a sleeper. Takes all but the 2 and the 4. Holbrook for a 10 box, 8 minimum. He'll take an 8. Tim Jalbert, 10 box, attempt, 8 minimum. He'll take 10. And this is how the head-to-head matches really start to heat up when you go ball for ball, box for box. So we're occasionally you might see a little display showing up on your screen. That's just the overall cumulative totals of the marks. Figure if any of you stat nerds are out there and want to take a look at that up to the minute, I'll try to keep you covered the best I can. Craig Holbrook dropping 6, missing the head pin. Tim Jalbert on the head pin with an awkward split of 2, 6, 10. Let's zoom in on this, shall we? See if we can't get on camera any more awesome spare shots. And he misses, leaving the 7-10. Craig Holbrook, that is. Jalbert, his attempt on lane 3, he misses as well. Takes 1, 2 pins for the road, generously. Neither bowlers with marks, but they can go for 10 boxes. Craig Holbrook on the 7-10, he'll take a 9, pick a stick. Tim Jalbert on the 2-pin, and he'll take it for a 10. 17 after 2 for Holbrook, 20 after 2 for Jalbert. Hope you're enjoying this match on Candlepin Bowling Network, on YouTube and Facebook, wherever it is you're watching. I appreciate you watching. Candlepin Bowling Network, the place to watch the bowlers. John Winchell on the right in the green. Jimbo Ayotte in the red on the left. Our 2 anchor bowlers tonight. And he's off to the left of the head pin. Jimbo Ayotte on the head pin, but not much better for wear, but it is a spare leave. 6 drop for Ayotte. Winchell Doing the best he can to clean up, but can't quite get a mark out of it. Leaves the head pin. And now for Jimbo's spare leave attempt. I think he's going to get it if he redlines that frontmost wood. But if you hit it too high or too low, that's going to be a risk factor, I think. But Jimbo Ayotte will now answer that question for me. Oh, and he hits it just the wrong way, just as I thought. No mark. This might be a miss the second, get the third kind of situation for Jimbo Ayotte. Winchell will take a 10 box to start out. Eight box for Jim Ayotte to start out. 10 after 1 for Winchell. 8 after 1 for Ayotte. And where does that leave us? Hingham is at 680, up by 10 over Academy 2's 670. Very close match here tonight, folks. Smith is on an open mark for Academy 2, and Whitcomb is on an open mark for Hingham. John Winchell dropping 6 on the head pin. Jim Ayotte on the head pin with a split, the 6-7. Let's take a look at ball number 2. Winchell for a spare. He'll get it, of course. John Winchell, the comeback kid, gets a spare. Jimbo Ayotte on lane 3. He fires on the 6 and the 7. Can't quite get it. It was the right idea, but no dice. 7 pin remains. Winchell wins this duel with 20 and a ball after 2. Jimbo Ayotte will settle up for a 10 box, 18 after 2. So let's have a look. We're at the score so far. So currently Academy 2 sits at 680, Hingham at 690. Bear in mind, Hingham has 2 bowlers with 2 open marks. Academy 2 has 1 bowler with 1 open mark. We'll welcome you back to the top of the roster here. Austin Barnes on the right, Chris Jones on the left. Austin Barnes starts off. To the right of the head pin, drops 5. 4 horsemen left side of the 9. Chris Jones on the on lane 3. Head pin, 4-7-10. Austin Barnes, can he run down the horseman and the sleeper? The miracle and the sleeper. Metropolis Part 1, Dream Theater reference. That's he doesn't mark it up. He won't get a spare, but Chris Jones, similar story. Both bowlers shooting for 10 boxes now. Austin Barnes on the 10 box. He gets it. Chris Jones fires. Gets it as well. Back box for box. 28 after 3 for Jones. 37 after 3 for Barnes. They're just quickly score correcting down there. Every once in a while I look up and I go, hey, wait a minute, but they've been mostly pretty good about making sure that gets fixed. So Austin Barnes on the head pin, and that's a fantastic strike, a hammer strike. Goes down almost immediately on the head pin pocket. Chris Jones now for the answer. On the head pin, almost does the same, drops 9. 7 pin is left on the deck. 7 pin and the 7 pin only for Chris Jones. Lots of wood. He's waiting for it to settle. I think it's mostly settled now. Play the 7. Mostly straightforward. Just put it in. And he will for a spare. Chris Jones will mark it up. No strike, but how about a spare? 38 in a ball for Jones. 47 in a ball for Barnes. As we now move to our second pair, John Zappi and Dave Godwin. Dave Godwin in the red shirt on the right on lane 4. John Zappi in the green on lane 3. We're at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts on Candlepin Bowling Network at the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week. Appreciate you watching. I'm Steve Kelly on the call for the second game, and Paul Grant will return for the third game. I told him he did so well he could take a game off. Dave Godwin on a head pin and a split, 6 drop. John Zappi on a 9 drop, leaving the 5. Godwin for his spare attempt. On it, he takes it. Godwin will spare it up. John Zappi, meanwhile, surprisingly, doesn't get the single pin spare. John Zappi for the 10. Missed the second, get the third. You know the rest of the lyrics. 28 after 3 for Zappi, 35 in the ball for Godwin. That's where we stand. Spare Speaking of where we stand at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts tonight, established in 1963 with 4 lanes, 3 rooms. Red, blue, and green room with varied material approaches and lanes. They have a brand new automatic scoring system installed. Cubica AMF BES. That's Dave Godwin on a 9 drop and a 9 fill on the head pin. And John Zappi on the head pin gets a 7-10 split. With some wood, though, to help him out. Dave Godwin on the 3 pin with wood in front of it should be a layup spare. Godwin. The pitch. Gets it. That's a spare for Godwin. Zappi will also convert the 7-10 for a split, for a spare. Both bowlers on open marks. Keeping it competitive here in the Friday Night Pro League on Candlepin Bowling Network. Steve Kelly and Paul Grant on the call. Pleasure as always to have you along with us. Wherever you are, however you are. Real quick while we have a moment. Yes, we are at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts, Pub 125. Like Paul Grant said, great food and actually a really great burger. I'm still kind of chewing on it when I'm not talking. Joe Smith on that spare. It looks like it's going to be a 5 fill. Head pin split. Bob Whitcomb on his spare. 7 drop, but also a head pin split. And Joe Smith can't convert. Pin still wiggling and deciding, but it won't be a spare. Mr. Bob Whitcomb, though, on the 7-10-4 with wood. That could go. Whitcomb on lane 3 at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. He fires the pitch, and it was the right idea. One of those shots that could have gone either way, but just didn't happen. Joe Smith trying to make something happen, but he's going to settle for a 9 box. Bob Whitcomb for the 10 box now. On the 7 at the 10, got to pick a stick. Unlikely to be a 10, could be a 9, 8 minimum. Whitcomb will pick a stick. He'll go for 9, leaving the 10 pin on the deck as a sacrifice. 9 and 9 in the third. Whitcomb at 42 after 3. Smith at 34 after 3. Smith, head pin, split. And there's certainly pins that are down. Kind of a light hit. Whitcomb fires to the left of the head pin, drops 5. 4 horsemen right side on the 8 and the 9 pin. For the spare shot, he defeats the Joe Smith defeats the diamond, but leaves the 10. Bob Whitcomb versus the 4 horsemen right side and the 8. And he almost takes out everything, leaving the 3 and the 10. Neither bowler's on marks. They're going for 10 boxes. The 10 box for Joe Smith. Bob Whitcomb trying to mirror match. He has to shoot the 3 and the 10. And he'll shoot in between them for an 8 box. 50 after 4 for Whitcomb. 44 after 4 for Smith. Pause as we switch to our next bowlers. Craig Holbrook and Tim Jalbert. Academy 2 at 7:53. Hingham up by 1, 7:54. This is a close match, folks. All scores are always verified by the captains and such. They're the ones in charge of holding everything together. And anyways, that's Tim Jalbert starting out with a strike. We have Craig Holbrook now trying to answer. Craig Holbrook on the head pin. Drops 8, 3-6. Holbrook on the 3-6 on lane 3. Craig Holbrook will spare it up. Exciting marks for both our bowlers. 27 in a ball for Holbrook, 30 in a ball for 30 in a fill, that is, for Jalbert. Jalbert on a strike, Holbrook on a spare. Team-wise, almost all of Hingham is on open marks right now, and 3 out of 5 Academy 2 bowlers are on marks, including the current bowlers. So Tim Jalbert will be starting out. He's on a strike. Let's find out what Tim Jalbert can do here. To the left of the head pin, misfires a bit. Drops 7, though, generously. Craig Holbrook now on lane 3 on a spare. It's got to be good. Holbrook fires on the head pin. This very, very close match between these two teams, and pins are still falling. It is a 5 fill. After all is said and done, would you believe it? That's a head pin shot. But Tim Jalbert will take a spare on strike. Holbrook trying to convert to the 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. And unfortunately, he can't quite get it. Holbrook for the 10 box. He'll get it for a 10 box. That puts him at 42 after 4, and Jalber's at 15 to ball after 4. And here come the anchor bowlers, John Winchell and Jim Ayotte. Do I have a second to show you the box breakout? Yes, I do. They're doing their practice slides. Check that out. Feel free to pause the video if this is too small for you or if I'm showing it too quickly. It's just everything is very, very fast-paced here. And, yeah, just if you want to see the specifics, check those out. This is Jim Ayotte on the right in the red. On the headpin, and wow, he got a little bit ripped off on that headpin shot, but dropped 7 eventually. 5, 10, 2. John Winchell on his spare, he drops 6. It's on the headpin, also a split. John Winchell is 6 for 13 on headpin shots tonight. Jim Ayotte will take a spare though. Jim Ayotte is 9 for 13 on headpin shots tonight. John Winchell trying to convert the spare, and the Heartbreak Kid gets his heart broken. So he's shooting for a 10 box now. John Winchell's only had 3 splits for the night. Jim Ayotte's only had 5 splits for the night. And that'll be a 10 box for John Winchell. John Winchell's at 36 after 3. Ayotte 28 in a ball after 3. This is Candlepin Bowling Network, the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week. It is Hingham versus Academy 2. I'm Steve Kelly on the call for this game. In the next game, you'll be hearing the sultry sounds of Paul Grant. As we switch off, we're alternating every other string. 3 strings of Candlepin Bowling, 2 boxes at a time per bowler. Jim Ayotte will fill his spare with 8 on the headpin with a split. John Winchell on the headpin of his own, and it could be a split unless more pins fall. It's not a split, it's a 9 drop. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. 8 minimum for Jim Ayotte, and will he get a spare? It will come around. The wood will come around, that is, and give him the mark he needs. Winchell for his spare attempt, a single pin spare. And he will just graze it down, but that's all that's needed. 46 in a ball for both John Winchell and Jim Ayotte. Back to the top of the roster and everything, so we'll give you a score update. Here are the boxes breakdown. Again, pause the video if it's just too much for you for one sitting. Hingham is at 805, up by 6 over Academy 2's 811. The lead is getting passed around right now quite a bit. And we have 3 open marks on Hingham's side and 4 open marks on Academy 2's side. That's Chris Jones on a spare, dropping 8, leaving the 5-10. Austin Barnes on a strike, opens up with a 7 drop. Was going to be a split, but 10 pin fell. So Chris Jones, spare 8 so far. Will he get another spare? And he will. The wood will come around. That's the magic of the red rim at Academy Lanes. Austin Barnes versus the triangle, the 4-5-2. And he won't quite spare it up. He'll take a 9 fill on the strike. He leaves the 5 pin standing at the altar on lane 3 in Haverhill, Massachusetts at Academy Lanes. He leaves the Barnes door open, if you catch my drift. Barnes for the 10 box. We'll take a 10. 66 after 5 for Barnes. 56 in the ball after 5 for Jones. Updated up to the minute stats. Academy 2 up by 7 now. Here's the box breakdown as well. Hope you're enjoying this match as much as I am watching it. It's a pretty exciting night. That's Chris Jones on the headpin, filling his spare with 8. Business Night at Academy Lanes. I was calling an ACST match on these 2 lanes just a couple hours ago. If you missed that, check that out on the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour page on Facebook, and I will be uploading the full match on YouTube because, again, we had some network connectivity issues here tonight at Academy Lanes, but don't worry. Thank goodness for recording matches. Chris Jones on the 5 and the 9. Can't quite get the 3-peat on the spares. Austin Barnes now will shoot his shot, the 7-10-4-5. Much more interesting shot in comparison. A lot more wood, a lot more stuff going on down there on lane 3. Barnes fires. Tries to play the left, tries to get the sweep. No mark. No mark for either bowler. Jones takes 10. Barnes 7, 8, 9, or 10. 4, 5, 10. Awkward split. Might have to pick a stick or try to sweep. Austin Barnes will pick one for 8. 74 for both bowlers. Although apparently it says 76. Might backtrack on that, and we'll see how things go there. So more to come on that. Stream score is always unofficial. Ah, there we go. Made a slight correction. Dave Godwin with a strike on spare. Sorry, just catching up on scores. That's a spare for John Zappi. Spare on spare action. Or excuse me, not spare on spare action. That doesn't make any sense. Zappi had a 7 fill. Zappi, 55 and a ball. Godwin, 74 and a fill. Sorry about being slow on the draw there. Zappi. On the headpin with a split, an awkward split. 4 fill for Zappi. Godwin, no second strike. 5 so far. Zappi for a spare. Almost gets the punch that he needs on the bail, but leaves the 7-pin. Godwin, this next ball will complete a strike fill. He's had 4 for 5 on marks. He punches. That will end the mark streak. Strike 6, 80 in 5. Zappi will take a 10 box for 69 and 6. And it will be wiggling 9, still wiggling 9. It looks like it'll be 89 for Dave Godwin after that 9 box. And we are currently synced up. I was just pausing. If I ever pause in the commentary, I'm just rapidly looking up and down on the electronic scoreboard versus the stream scoreboard to kind of try to get everything synced up. And Joe Smith on the headpin with a split. Bob Whitcomb, no headpin. 7 drop for Whitcomb, 6 drop for Smith. Whitcomb, awkward miss. Smith for his spare attempt. He'll get it. Taking that advantage right there from that missed opportunity. Whitcomb, will he miss the second, get the third on the 1-2-10? We'll see. He misses twice. 7 blocks, that could be huge. So Smith is now on a mark. Whitcomb took a 7 box. Both bowlers, 2 spares for the game so far. Whitcomb, 8 headpin shots and 5 splits for the night. Smith, 9 headpin shots and 8 splits for the night. Whitcomb, lane 4, fires on the headpin. Won't be a split. Late falling 7 pin, 6-10. Smith to the left of the head pin, but pins are falling generously. That's a 7 fill. Whitcomb versus the 6-10. He needs this mark to stay competitive. He will get it. Much better ball, correcting the wild pitches from the previous box. Smith, though, unrelenting in his mark streak. That's another spare. Moving on to the 4th pair of bowlers here, Craig Holbrook and Tim Jalbert. Hingham down by 13, 889 to Academy 2's 902. 3 bowlers on Academy 2 are on marks, while Hingham, we have 2 bowlers on marks. So kind of equal, but also kind of not equal. The totals are still a little bit up in the air. Just looking up and down real rapidly. Yes, we are in sync. Cool. Like it when that happens. Holbrook. Lane 4. This is the headpin to the left. Dropping 5. Tim Jalbert on the spare. Headpin shot, 7 drop. And a split. 3, 6, 7. Holbrook for a spare attempt. I'm good for now, thank you. And no dice. And Jalbert, no spare of his own. Holbrook for a 10 box. Takes 7. Tim Jalbert, the ball is still on the deck. Actually, let's zoom in on that. In the rule book, the ball cannot remain on the deck. So it's finally took its final bow and exited the deck of lane 3. For the 10 box now for Tim Jalbert. Blech, Tim Jalbert. He'll take a 9 box. 49 after 5 for Holbrook. 66. Yes, 66 after 5 for Tim Jalbert. Had a moment where I looked at the wrong lines on the scoreboard off screen. Holbrook fires to the left of the headpin. Tim Jalbert to the left of the headpin as well. Both bowlers slanting to the left. Both with 4 horsemen right side and pins behind in different ways. Holbrook versus the 159. He got no mark. Tim Jalbert versus the 4 horsemen right side and the 8 pin. He'll run down 75% of the 4 horsemen, but leave the sleeper and the 10 unharmed. For the 10 box attempt for Craig Holbrook on the sleeper, the 159. He'll leave the 1 for a 9 box. Tim Jalbert, take an 8 box. I'll try to swap screens a little bit more often so you can get a couple different stats now and then. 58 after 6 for Holbrook, 74 after 6 for Jalbert. That's where we stand right now. In terms of the team statistics, we're moving on to the anchor bowlers, by the way. Pause for that real quick while I just get that all set up. Academy 2 up by 21, 926 to Hingham's 905. Hingham has a chance with 2 open marks for the team. Winchell on his mark. The headpin getting 6 additional pins. Left side hay bale. Jim Ayotte on his spare. It might be a strike. It goes. Negates John Winchell's attempts to keep up. John Winchell can spare this, though. Let's see if he does. He misses. 2, 4, 7. John Winchell. No mark. Winchell will take a 7 box. Bit of a misfire. Ayotte's on a strike. Winchell filled his spare with 6 and took a 7 box. That's where we're at. You're watching Candlepin Bowling Network. I'm Steve Kelly on the call. Pleasure to have you along with us on this Friday night, September 20th, at about 9:06 p.m. The weather has been kind of calm and cloudy today. A little bit misty, depending on where you've been, but that's New England for you at this time of year. That's a 4-drop spread eagle for John Winchell. That's a split. Jim Ayotte on a strike. Will be a double. I think pins don't quite fall in his favor. It's a headpin shot in the split, the 5, 6, 10. Winchell on the eagle. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 10. No wood. Winchell will play the right side of the eagle, take out half the roadkill. And we have Jim Ayotte to complete his strike fill. Will he get it? It almost goes. Takes a 9 fill. He gets so close. He touches all the pins, but they don't quite go. Heartbreaker. Winchell will take a second 7 box in a row. And Ayotte will take a 10 box to clean up. 85 after 6 for Ayotte. 66 after 6 for Winchell. That's the top of the roster. We're going to go back to the start. Academy 2 is at 965 with 1 open mark, and Hingham is at 925 with 1 open mark. Academy 2 pulling ahead up by 40, not counting the fills. Both teams up. Both teams have 1 mark that's not completed. And I'm just jumping back to the first bowlers here. Thank you for your patience. Austin Barnes on the wow. That was a shot. On the headpin and barely got anything out of it. He got like the front row, and that's about it. Chris Jones to the left of the headpin misfired, but somehow gets more pins. Can you believe that? Austin Barnes. That's the 4, 5, 6, 2, 7, 8, 10. Chris Jones is on the 1-3-4-7. Barnes. Not much he could have done about that one. Barnes has 14 head pin shots and 8 splits for the evening. Chris Jones has 12 head pin shots and 8 splits for the evening. Barnes a little bit better on the head pins tonight. Neither bowler on marks. Austin Barnes trying to 10 it up, and he will take a 10. That was a great shot by Austin Barnes as a cleanup. Chris Jones, 8, 9, or 10. He'll take a 10 box. Both bowlers with 10s. 84 for Jones, 86 for Barnes. And they got to score correct that because... Yep, they're score correcting it. I was trying to gesture to them, but they caught it separately. Love when that happens. Austin Barnes on the head pin. Another spread eagle. Yet another spread eagle. Chris Jones. It's like another day in the office. Chris Jones will take a strike. Slightly obscured from my view. Sorry for the late reaction on that one. Austin Barnes on the eagle. On lane 4. He'll punch out. He's left with 5. 5 drop for 5 minimum, 10 maximum. For the 10 box, he'll clean up the best he can for an 8. 94 for Barnes, 94 and a ball for Jones. And where does that leave his Academy 2? Currently up by 38, 983 to Hingham's 945. In the game, Academy 2 is up by 59, 413 to Hingham's 354. That's your score update. Provided by me, Steve Kelly, and on behalf of Candlepin Bowling Network. That's Dave Godwin down there. Misfire to the left of the head pin. Certainly takes out some pins. John Zappi. On the head pin, drops 6. Awkward split. Dave Godwin on the 1-3-4-7-8. And my goodness, he takes some, leaves some. Zappi for a spare shot. Oh, that was almost pretty, but the 2-pin goes behind the 6 and the 10 unharmed. Godwin, take an 8 box. Zappi, take an 8 box as well, making my job easy. 77 after 7 for Zappi, 97 after 7 for Godwin. Appreciate you watching this. I almost said Atlantic Campbell Singles Tour Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week match. This is Hingham at Academy 2. Steve Kelly on the call for a few more boxes, then we'll switch back to Paul Grant. That's a 6 drop for Dave Godwin. John Zappi on the head pin. He'll take a strike. I believe what Paul Grant says is bombs away, baby. Am I saying that right? Right? I hope. Right? Anyways, Dave Godwin misses his spare. Sorry, I'm just effing with you all a little bit. Dave Godwin on the 1 and the 10 for a 10 box. And he'll take a 9 box, 106. Switching to our third pair of the 5 people pairs. Not like 5 people apples. Joe Smith on the right in the red, and Bob Whitcomb in the green on the left. Both bowlers on marks. Joe Smith on the head pin dropping 6. It's a split. Bob Whitcomb on the head pin as well. Dropping 7 with a split. That'll be a spare for Joe Smith. A great assist on the wood to sweep everything away for a spare. Whitcomb will do the same. Both bowlers from opposing teams high-fiving each other in triumph. Smith at 84 and a ball. And Whitcomb at 87. Or excuse me, 84 and 87 and a ball. Swap those names around. Joe Smith dropping 9 after pins figure things out. Whitcomb. Bit of a whiff on the spare fill. 86.96 to complete those boxes. Whitcomb. Excuse me, that was a late falling strike actually for Joe Smith. My apologies. From where I'm standing, there's some people standing in the way, and while I can look through the viewport of the stream, it's just sometimes I'm just gonna miss it. Whitcomb on the 4 and the 7 now. Whitcomb for a 10 box. We'll take a 9 for 95. We're going to move on to Holbrook and Jalbert, the next pair. Craig Holbrook and Tim Jalbert. Neither bowlers on any marks. We're going to lead off with Tim Jalbert on the right and the red. On the head pin, dropping 8 with a split. 410. Or 2. Yes, 410. Excuse me. Holbrook, lane 3. He'll fire on the head pin on the 1-3 pocket. Get the left side hay bale. Jalbert for the spare conversion. There's wood around the 4. Will it go? Beans it hard. Doesn't take the 10. Craig Holbrook on the left side hay bale. The 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. And he tries to get it. Doesn't get much. No marks for either bowler. 9 box for Jalbert. Holbrook, 6 to 10 box range. Looks like it's going to be a 9. $67 for Holbrook. 83 for Jalbert. You're watching the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week. That's a strike for Tim Jalbert. Holbrook on lane 3, meanwhile, trying to follow up on that strike to answer. He's off to the right of the head pin, but pins fall generously for 7. 1, 8, 10 for Holbrook. Holbrook trying to spare it up. Will the wood come over to DiGiorno it? Not quite. Or won't deliver. It'll DiGiorno. Like I said, lane 3 is a bit of a fun house on that deck down there. You see that wood just rolling and rolling and rolling? I like to go down there with a level and get to the bottom of that for sure. But the 10 pin stands tall for Craig Holbrook, no mark. Still have to wait for the wood to settle, and it's sure taking its sweet time. Holbrook will miss for a 9 box. Holbrook is at, yikes, a 76 and 8. Jalbert at 93, and a fill in 8. So our anchor bowlers return to the lanes. And we're starting to approach the home stretch of the second game. We're not quite there yet, but we're about to be. Jim Ayotte will lead off. Head pin split. 7 drop. 4, 6, 10. John Winchell on lane 3. On the head pin. 7, 10 split. Both bowlers on splits. Jim Ayotte will spare it up. Steals that one. John Winchell versus the 7 and the 10. As he waits for the cheers to die down. And he'll attempt to sweep, but the wood doesn't play super nice for him. So he's shooting for a 10 box now. John Winchell on lane 3 on the 10 pin for a 10 box, and he'll get it. I was worried about that for a moment, but it ended up going. Winchell is at 76 after 7. Ayotte is at 95 and a ball after 7. Ayotte leading by 19 and counting over Winchell. These are the anchor bowlers. Winchell calling an audible there. Dave Godwin checking something out down the lane. Thank you, Dave Godwin. Jim Ayotte on a spare fill. 4? It'll be a 4. It's a spread eagle. John Winchell on the head pin. Remedial ball compared to the last The last frustrating box he had. Dave Godwin, or not Dave Godwin, Jim Ayotte pokes one more out from the roadkill. John Winchell for the spare shot on the 4-pin. Piece of wood that could deflect the ball. And just like I said, it deflects the ball. No mark. Jim Ayotte for a 5-box or higher. He's got to get some stuff out of this. He'll take a 7 for 106 and 8. Winchell, no mark. He's hurting right now in terms of shots and scores. He's at 85 and 8. Catch you up on the raw scores. We're at the end of the 8th box. For all our bowlers, Academy 2 is up by 48 in the total, 1076 to Hingham's 1028. Academy 2 in the game is up by 69, 506 to Hingham's 432. And those are your score updates as we return to the top of the roster here on Candlepin Bowling Network. I'm Steve Kelly on the call. Glad to have you along. And again, I apologize for some of the network issues. It's just some things that end up happening. Austin Barnes, though, the headpin dropping 9. Chris Jones, first ball to Phil's an 8 drop and a split on the headpin. Chris Jones on the 8 and the 10. He almost gets it. He'll take a 9 on the strike, and Austin Barnes is shooting for a spare. He'll take a spare. I know, there's not much we can do about it. It's still connected, it's just kind of in and out. It's a 9-box for Jones. Chris Jones now. At 112. Ooh, the 189 incident for Chris Jones. Not a headpin shot, not a split, but, you know, something that some bowlers will sometimes just pick up their bowling balls and go home. Austin Barnes, meanwhile, it's a 3 fill. Not on the headpin. Chris Jones can't do a whole lot about the 189 incident. He'll take 2 more out for the road. Austin Barnes. Take a few more out for the road. 6-box minimum. 5-box minimum for Chris Jones. He'll take a 7. Making some origami out there out of pins. Austin Barnes will take 8. 115 for Barnes, 119 for Jones. I think. They might need to check that. Did you have a 7-box? Oh, okay. Yep. You're good. Yep, I think they just score corrected it. Yep, you're good. Okay, sorry. Good. Every once in a while I see something and just have to say something, you know? See something, say something. If you know, you know. John Zappi on the headpin dropping 7. Next ball will complete his fill. Dave Godwin on the headpin with an awkward split. Zappi 4-5-2 on lane 4. And he'll take a spare. Zappi will take a spare on strike, that is. Dave Godwin working on a 6-box or higher. 107 in a ball for Zappi, that is, to complete that thought. Dave Godwin will punch for a 7-box. 113 in 9 for Godwin. Zappi on an open mark. Zappi has a spare on strike. Zappi 4 marks for the game, 13 headpin shots and 9 splits for the night. Dave Godwin 10 headpin shots and 4 splits for the night. Zappi will lead off on a spare. Drops 7 and a split on the headpin. Godwin to the left of the headpin. Zappi on the 2-4-10. He misses. Godwin on a pile of pins, and he takes all but 3. Both bowlers on 7-box minimum, 10-box maximum. Ugly splits. Zappy will settle for a 9-box, and that will finish Zappy at 123, 2-game total of 207. Godwin at 219 and counting. He'll take a 9-box to complete a 2-game total of 228. And Academy 2 is at 1113 in the total, up by 24 over Hingham's 1089. And in the game, Academy 2 is at 543, up 45 over Hingham's 498. We'll now move on to our third pair. Bob Whitcomb and Joe Smith. Joe Smith is on a strike. Bob Whitcomb will lead off. Bob Whitcomb in the green on lane 4. He's off to the right of the head pin. He gets by. Joe Smith is on the head pin for a strike fill. It'll be a 7-10 split so far. One more ball to complete that thought. Whitcomb trying to finish things up, and he misses. He whiffs to the right. We have Joe Smith working on a 7-10 split with Wood on a strike fill. He almost sweeps it, but it was a valiant effort to complete the fill with a 9. Whitcomb just trying to get something better than possibly a 4. He'll take a 10. Both bowlers will take 10s. Bob Whitcomb's at 105. Smith is at 126 at the end of the 9th box. Bob Whitcomb will start off on lane 4 in the green. He's on the head pin, and he'll split 4, 6, 7, 8, 10. Joe Smith will drop 6, leaving the left side diamond. Whitcomb definitely has the more interesting shot here. 4, 6, 7, 8, 10. He fires. He almost gets it. He plays the right wood, but the 8 and the 10 stay. The diamond for Joe Smith, and he defeats the diamond. Nice ball. It's a controlled shot. Bob Whitcomb will finish with a 9-box. Bob Whitcomb will finish with a 2-game total of 223 with that 114. Joe Smith is on a spare. His 6th mark of the game. He has 13 headpin shots and 10 splits. Bob Whitcomb had 11 headpin shots and 7 splits. And the fill shot is off target, but he will take what appears to be 6. That will put Joe Smith at 142, 2-game total of 242. Pair number 4 getting up to bowl. Academy 2 up by 40, 11:48 in the total. And up in the game by 61, 578. Hingham is trailing by a considerable amount right about now. Craig Holbrook and Tim Jalbert are up next. Holbrook will start first. Headpin shot and a split. Jalbert for the double. Almost, but not quite. It's Holbrook versus the 6-3-7. No mark for Holbrook. That'll be a spare on strike for Tim Jalbert. Holbrook is going to work on a 10-box now. He's waiting for the wood to settle. Jalbert at 113 and counting. 9-box for Holbrook. 85 and 9. Watching Candlepin Bowling Network, this is the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week. I'm Steve Kelly in the call. You have me for another 3 boxes, and then we'll get Paul Grant back in here, back on the clock. I will continue to operate silently in the background on the score and switching and such. It's an 8 drop for Holbrook. Tim Jalbert with a 5 fill. Missed his target. He gets by. Holbrook. 6-9. Nice. He gets that spare. Nice spare on the 6-9. No mark for Tim Jalbert. 9 or 10 box. Tim Jalbert, I believe that will be a 10 box. That will put him at 128, and that is confirmed. 95 and a ball for Craig Holbrook as he finishes up his second game. Holbrook on lane 4. He fires. He's on the head pin. It's a good ball. Could be 10. Could be 10. It's going to be 9. That's a great way to end it. It's going to put him over 100. That puts him at, Holbrook is at 104, crossing the 100 threshold. But Jalbert's at 128. 2-game total of 238 for Holbrook, 263 for Jalbert, respectively. And we're moving right along to our fifth bowlers to bowl the final 2 boxes of the second game. We got Paul Grant on deck here, getting ready to take over on the mic. John Winchell on the head pin with a split. Ayotte on the head pin with a split. 8 drop for Ayotte, 6 drop for Winchell. Winchell's got the 7-8, 10-6. Ayotte's got the 6-7. John Winchell misses the object wood, leaves the 6-10, no mark. Ayotte will bean the wood and take nothing. Winchell going for the 10 box. We'll take 10. Jim Ayotte has to pick a stick. We'll play the 6. He'll take a 9. 95 for Winchell, 115 for Ayotte. I'll give you a quick snapshot of where we're at right now with the scores. Winchell 95, Ayotte 115. One box to go, where we size up the situation for everybody here. Appreciate you watching. I'm Steve Kelly on the call for one more box, then we'll go back to Paul Grant. Winchell with a strike. He closes to close things out. And Ayotte, he misses the head pin, but he leaves the high-low jack 1-7-10 with wood. 1-7-10 with wood. 1-7-10 with wood for Jim Ayotte. The pitch. He's slightly off target, but he takes everything but the 7 pin. The wood is taking a slow jaunt towards the 7 pin, but leaves it. Jim Ayotte for a 10 box to finish out his game. 115 and possibly 125. It will be a 125 with that 10 box. Winchell at 105 and a fill on a strike. Winchell can get 20 out of this and tie Ayotte with 2 more strikes. That's best case scenario. So on this fill, to conclude the string, on the head pin will be a double. It's nearly a double. He drops 8, leaving the 6 and the 9 on the deck. 8 so far. Potential for a 115 game for Winchell. Let's find out together, shall we? Winchell for the final ball. Be a 10 fill, 115, 2-game total of 240 for Winchell, 2-game total of 248 for Ayotte. And then when it comes down to the scores, we have 1202 for Academy 2, up by 36 over Hingham, who's at 1166. 632 in the game for Academy 2, who beat Hingham by 57s in their 575. That's your score update. And I think Paul Grant is just about ready to get back on the mic, aren't you, Paul?
Oh, sure. Why not? Steve Kelly, great job as always. Thanks for filling in for Duncan McDougall. Duncan, hope you're feeling better. Steve, a last-minute replacement the last few hours. Thank you. We are recording this match. We do have Wi-Fi issues here. The router was not working tonight, so we're at the mercy of the Wi-Fi. So thank you, Steve. It'll be uploaded later tonight. Austin Barnes starts the final string of the match, week 3 of 35 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Paul Grant, Steve Kelly live, Academy Lanes, Pub 125, Haverhill, Mass. Next week's number 2 seed in the Candlepin Circansa Variety Top 5 show, Chris Jones for Hingham on the left. They split the first 2 strings. Austin 1-4-7 rather. Jones trying to get 2 and 2. Doinks it. 2 points for a win, 1 for tie, 2 for total. Up-to-date standings. Hingham is now 15 and 5. Academy is 8 and 18. Excuse me, 8 and 12. 8 and 12 after 2 strings. Up-to-date standings. Austin 9, Jones an 8. The real Chris Jones. Overall, 12-10 to 11-74, 36-pin lead in the match. 4 points on the line in the string, 2 for total, 2 for the string. Easter Classic champion Austin Barnes, who had 3 strikes in the first. 5-1 split. Jones on the right side of the head pin. Another 4-2 split. See a lot of these leaves. Steve Kelly on the technology. And the score cam. Barnes off the object pin, the 2, not by much. Punched a lot in that second string. Chris too far left. 1-2, 6-10. Underway in the final string of the match. Next Friday night, it's Lafayette Lanes out of Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Mass. Coming here to Academy Lanes, Pub 125, Haverhill, Mass. Barnes a 9 against Justin Scally's undefeated team coming into tonight. Academy 1. It's Lafayette at Academy 1 right here. Same time, same bat channel on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. 7 with Chris Jones, just 15 through 2. His team is down 3 in the string. 38 in the match. And Mr. 235, Dave Godwin, the captain. Second bowlers, John Zappi on the left for Hingham. Drops the ball again, steals 7. 1, 8, 10. Wood 2 pieces behind the 1, maybe 3. Zappi, light hit there, splits 5 and 1. John Zappi, Hall of Fame eligible in 2027. Godwin missed the pin. The Wood carried the 1. 8 and the 10. Pick your favorite pin. Zappi trying to work it out. 1 and the 9. Beautiful facility. 3 different rooms. Godwin a 9. Dave 9 through 1. Zappi both for a 10. John Zappi 10 through 1. In the string, it's 27-25. Dave Godwin's Academy 2. Has the lead in the string and the match. 37 the lead overall in the match. They win the string on the right. They'll be 12-12 after 3 weeks. Godwin missed right, gets 3. Left-handed John Zappi on lane 3. Head pin hit. And we've got ourselves a Greek church. I don't know where that name came from, but I understand why. The setup of it.
I'm part Greek, so I can validate.
I understand why. Oh, look at that shot. Whoa, he got it. Dave Godwin. Mr. 235, a spare. Still gives the official reading of the Greek church name. Zappi slides it over, and it won't go. He got robbed. Wobbling 6, holding its ground. Dave 19 the ball through 2. John Zappi 10. 2 10s to stop the final string. All right, Steve, explain. I know what the answer now. Good.
You see, when you hit the pins and you get that kind of array, the pins talk back to you and they speak Greek. You know, you drop 5, and they say the Greek phrase is it's a yini yayuya, which means it is to laugh, because the pins are laughing at you and they want you to understand that. That's the explanation of the Greek church.
Wouldn't they laugh at you on a lemon drop or a half Worcester?
Oh, always, of course.
I thought it was a symbol. I thought it was a Greek symbol. That's why. Okay. Never mind. Scratch that thought. Joe Smith, spare. 10 on the ball to start the final string. Here's Bob Wickham. 1, 2, 7, 10 for a spare. That looked good. Wickham at 10. Strike bid 9. 19 through 1 for Smith. Hingham's Bob Wickham, Hall of Famer last year. Slices 8. 1 on the 10. Wood to help. Smith for the mark, curved right. Wickham for a spare, tracks it down, no! Yes! Make up a nice spare, ricochet shot. The pinball wizard. Smith, the Paul Grant special, missed the second, make the third. 10, 29 through 2. Bob 20 the ball through 2. Hall of Famer Craig Holbrook. East Bridgewater, Mass. On the left. Jam and Jalbert. Tim Jalbert in lane 4 for Academy 2. Buries the pocket. 9, 10. Strike. Dethrones the king. 10 plus 2 to start the final string. It's Jam and Jalbert time. Holbrook 3-2 split. I'm sure Craig has seen this variation many times. Has made it quite a bit too. That looks good. And it won't go, will it? Where's the Bob Wickham bouncy ball? Yeah. Puts us misery for a 10 on the 10 pin. Academy 2 starting off hot, 76-65. Up 11 right now. 2 hits to 1 in their favor. A strike here from Jim and Jalbert. Got the nickname at the Worlds after that triple strike first string. Trying to double it up, he does! Bombs away, baby, double strike! 30 plus bonus balls through 2. Craig Holbrook off to the left, spins back for the 8. 1, 3, 6, 10, 4 horsemen right. Nice shot. And wraps around the 3 and the 6 somehow. Funny how that happens. Trying to go 2 10s in a row. And won't go for an 8. 18 through 2. Here comes Academy 2. Trying to get 6 points. Get to 500. Off to a hot start here in the third. 96-73, a 23-pin lead. A double strike and a spare on their side. 1 spare for Hingham. Anchor bowlers. Jimbo Ayotte. John Winchell. Wood spins back for the 4, 7, the 9. There goes the 10. Maybe it does. 1 of the 2. John Winchell crossing over for 9. Leaves up the 10. Jimbo just missed outside. Winchell for a spare. Yes, deadly pinner. Connects to start his third. Jimbo way off for an 8. Wasn't there. 104-82. 22-pin lead for Academy 2. After this box, we'll get an update from Steve Kelly. Thanks for watching this great and unbelievable game of Candlepin bowling. Get the word out. Nothing like it. A sport for any age. Ayotte on the crossover. A setback leave. 5, 6, 10. John Winchell on the bonus. Crossing over. This time they all go. Strike. Slides the 5-pin last. 20 through 1. 30 plus 2 through 2. Jimbo, ooh. Try to kick the 6 and the 10 off the wall for the 5. Didn't miss by much. They'll take an 8. Pair of 8s. Update from Steve Kelly. Back to the top of the order.
All right, folks. So we currently have Academy 2 up in the game by 9, 112 to Hingham's 103. Academy 2 in the total is up 45, 13-14 to Hingham's 1269. Academy 2 has 2 bowlers with open marks, but so does Hingham, so it's equal on the mark front at the moment. It comes down to the fills.
Thank you, Steve, for the update. Here's Chris Jones, top of the order. 8 and a 7 start at a 139 first. Takes down 8, has the 1 and the 9. Austin Barnes on the pocket. 5 and the 10, both doing a little dance. It's got some wood in front. It's going to be not easy with that cap. That's going to be interesting. Hope to cap it into the 5 and get a ricochet to the right corner. Chris Jones for a spare. Off to the left. Still there. Austin for a spare. Too far behind. Chris. A 10. Missed the second, make the third. That's the Paul Grant special. Austin, nice shot. He got that time. He gets a Paul Grant special. Missed the second, make the third. Stop watching my videos. 28 in the ball. 28 through 3, rather. Chris Jones, 25 through 3. 10-pin lead for Academy 2 on the left in the string. Jones buries the pocket with 2 full. Spread eagle. Barnes, look at that sleeve. Ridiculous. Getting a lot of tough breaks. 2-5-7, right side, 6-10. Jones trying to get at least 3 and gets the unconventional ways. The 6-10 into the 7. It's not an easy shot on its own. Barnes, beautiful shot. Gave it a ride. And nice out, 9 for Chris Jones, leadoff bowler for Hingham. Just 34 through 4. Austin grabs 1 for 9, 37 through 4 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Something for everyone, semi-pro to pro action, never a charge, always free. Please subscribe to Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube, like and follow us on Facebook. And for great skin contents, Season 1, Episode 9, check out Corey Alisi and Jordan Britton's Candlepin Skins at Lead Lanes, Nashville, New Hampshire on Candlepin Corner on YouTube. Candlepin Corner on YouTube, also free to subscribe. Zappy, 1-8, 6-10 right. 2 10s to start. Dave Godwin on a spare after a 9. Bounces left. 1-3-10, 26 through 2 in the third and final string. Week 3 of 35. Zappy trying to pull this off. Missed the head pin. The other 3 went. Dave Godwin trying to go back to back for a spare. No. Zappy way right for 9. 29 through 3 without a mark. Godwin takes an 8. 34 through 3. 2 points apiece. Hingham won the first. Academy cruised in the second. The string is 16 right now. 147, 131 for Academy 2 in the red shirts. The green shirt team is down right now in the match by 51. Plenty of time left. 1-5-8-9. He's been shot a lot lately. Godwin on the crossover. 3-6-9. I like the wood behind. That could go. Back to lane 4. John Zappy. His wife here always watching. Great shot. Nothing to show for it. 5-8-9. Godwin trying to kick it over. He does. Wood carried it. 44 in the ball through 4. Zappy takes 2 of the 3 for a 9. 38 through 4. 157, 140. Academy 2 looking for 6 points. Up 17 in the string. Leads up to 52 in the match. 2 marks to 1, favor Hingham. 1 right here from Bob Wickham. 10 in the spare to start. Joe Smith, a spare 9, 10 to start. Beautiful ball, but look at this, the W, the 189, the wiggle. Smith in the pocket. Let it go. Yes, strike. 39 plus 2 through 3 in the third. Wickham, wow, what a try that was. 3 in the 5. Bobby Witt, nice 10 off the W. The 3 fill, 23 through 2. Now the 10. 3's a while. 3, 3, 3. 33 through 3. At beautiful Academy Lanes, Pub 125 in Haverhill, Massachusetts. A gorgeous looking bar, a full bar, high quality pub style food. Bobby Witt on the crossover. It's a triangle. 3 middle, 5 left, 6 right. Joe Smith on a strike. 1, 3, 6, 10, 4 spin right. Wickham, spare. 43 in the ball through 4 on the 4th for the second time. Smith can't get the 10 to go. That's good news for Hingham. Back and forth in that first string. Hingham pulled away. All Academy 2 in the second, leading here in the third. Joe, wait for that wood to stop by rule. Steve Kell in the technology and the score cam. Duncan McDougall, sick tonight, couldn't make it, so thank you, Steve Kelly, once again, filling in. Appreciate it. And wait for that wood to stop again. And that'll be a 10 box. 58 through 4 for Joe Smith. Great guy. Very quiet, deadly bowler. 186, 163, 23 pin leaders lead for Academy 2 in the string. Right now, they're up in the match by 58. Plenty of time left for Hingham. Craig Holbrook on the crossover. 7, 4, 6, 10. Triple strike by Jim and Jalbert. Will it go? 9, maybe 8. 7 to 9. 9 won't go. Denied the triple. 28 in that first double strike box. 28 through 1. 38 in the ball through 2. A little bit of obstructive view here. Holbrook tries to send it over. Nothing to show for it, but he did get the left side. And look at this. 5 pieces. I think he's going to go right of that double wood on the right. Let's see where he plays it. He's going left and hit the pin instead. Too accurate. 9 the second double strike box. 47 through 2. The power of the double strike. Holbrook a 10. Jalbert a 9. 55 through 3. Craig 28 through 3. And the lead balloons to 37 in the string. And all of a sudden, a 72-pin lead in the match for Academy 2 here in the third. 56 through 3 officially for Jalbert. Sorry, my mistake. 56. Thank you, Steve Kelly. Holbrook, strike! 38 plus 2 through 4. Jalbert goes right this time. Gets 5. Jim and Jalbert have another good string. Anchor ball last year in the 4th spot this year. Daughter bowl in the junior program. Waiting for that wood behind to stop. Hingham 13-3 coming in. Academy 2 6-10 coming in. Jalbert for a spare. Didn't get to number 1. Great start though. Trying to get to 66 through 4. It'll be a 9, so 65 through 4. Not bad.
Sam, it'll go for you when you're a Hall of Famer.
Craig 38 through 4. A lot of future Hall of Famers here. 2 already in the Hall of Fame. Bob Wickham, class of 2023. Craig Holbrook, I believe it's 2014, I believe, Craig Holbrook. Memory escapes me offhand. I got it in my notes here. 2014 class. Yep. Is correct. Had it right. Right once in a while. John Winchell steals the 6 and 10, 1-3-7-8. He's on a strike after a spare. Jimbo 8-9 start. Has a chance for his first mark, 2-4-7. John Winchell for a spare. Off the wall, yes! How about that one? Pumps his fist. 3 marks in a row to start the third. 40 through 2, 15 a ball through 3. Hingham trying to make a run for the string at minimum and get out of here with 4 points on the road. Ayotte missed outside. And 8, 25 through 3. Tim Jalbert, how you doing? Where'd you get the nickname Jam and Jalbert, by the way?
I have no idea. You gave it to me last year. I'm a jamming guy, I guess.
A triple strike in the world. So you were jamming that day. Picking the third string, too.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do to help out your team. It's all about a team sport.
How's your daughter Sarah doing in the junior program?
Sarah's my wife. Tatum's my daughter.
I meant to say
Doing
Tatum.
good to
I meant
start.
to say Tatum, yeah.
Good to start. Season's going real well already. We got a bunch of new kids this year. Week 3 starts tomorrow. So, it's interesting to watch new kids come in. It's always great to have more and more.
I'm sure they get good inspiration from you, hopefully.
We have a lot of great coaches that come into our program. We have Austin Bonds, Josh Daly, Scott Dunkley. I mean, I could name Jeanette Southall. I mean, you see all these people bowling everywhere, and it's great to have them as coaches.
How good is Austin Bonds being your team?
Oh, it's phenomenal. Kid throws a great ball all the time.
He's humble and he's teachable, too.
He's young. He's got a lot to learn, and he learns. He takes everything that everyone helps him with, and it's awesome.
He's on a great team.
He is. Team. It's always a team sport.
All right, good luck, Tim Jalbert. Jim and Jalbert. Update from Steve Kelly. We're away.
All right, that 9-box completes the rotation. So Academy 2 is currently up by 59 at 1440. Hingham is at 1381. These are totals. In the third game, Academy 2 is up by 23, 238 to Hingham's 215. In terms of marks, Hingham has 2 open marks. Academy 2 has 1 open mark. So slight advantage Hingham in terms of the fills.
Okay, Austin Barnes. See this one quite a bit, too. Chris Jones. 9 to 10. Not going to be easy. John Mitchell had 3 marks in a row. 62 through 4. Barnes, good try. 5 of the 9. 5th box, 3rd string. Next Friday night is Academy 1. Justin Scally's red hot team to start the first 2 weeks. Undefeated coming into tonight with Exeter Lanes. They're taking on Lafayette Lanes. That'll be 7:30 live right here at Academy Lanes, Pub 125, Haverhill, Mass. On Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. September 27th, 2024. A lot of wood rolling around, delay in the action. Jones trying to cap it over. Oh, he slides the violent bulb. Couldn't hit the note. Austin splits the uprights for a 10. 47 half without a mark. Chris a 9. Jones 43 at the half. Academy leads the string. 248, 223, 25. Make it 248 to 224. 24 pin lead in the string. They're up by 59 in the match. Still time left for Hingham to catch up. 1 spare on each side. A little light hit there. Just 4. Jones. But the 4's been right. 1, 3, 6, 10. Same thing with Barnes. He's at the 7, 8 off to the left. Just missed the head pin. Got everything else. Sometimes it seems like you're better off missing the head pin in those situations. Jones missed the head pin. Got in between. Got the 3 and the 6 to go. That's the 1 and the 10. Both doing a little shimmy. Austin on for a 10, 57 through 6.
Tim, I'll count you as out for Sunday.
Jones field goal for an 8, 51 through 6. Hingham trying to fight for 4 points. A lot of work for total. Plenty of time to go here in the final string. Dave Godwin, 44 in the ball through 4. John Zappi, 38 through 4. Pinning well, but looking for his first mark here in the third. Hall of Fame eligible. The 2027 class must be nominated by February 28th, 2027. Information on the ICBA website. Godwin, look at this. The third time we've seen this tonight. The 189. Yep. That's on a spare. Tough break. 47 through 4. John 278. Godwin, good try. Still going. It's a break. NFL season, 7-10 goalpost. Or CFL, Canadian Football League. Zappi for spare. He missed the object pin, the 2. These balls don't usually miss by much, do they? And look at that. The ball returns to the 7 for a 10. And tease him in good fun, the teammates. 57 half, Zappi a 9. 47 at the half. Beautiful ball, spin 7. 6 middle, 9 left and back, 10 right. Zappi looking for Mark. He goes in the head pin. The 4 slides over, falls down. 2 wiggles, 7 left, 10 right. Wood to help. Mr. 235, high single. Dave Godwin for a spare. Off the mark. Zappi trying to give his team a lift. Beautiful shot. Oh, tough break. Godwin at 10. 67 through 6 in the final string of the match. Zappi at 10. 57 through 6. This box coming now is the halfway point of the final string. Bob Wickham, 43 in a ball through 4. Joe Smith, 58 through 4. And a spare 9 to start. A strike 9 in the third. 281, 251, 30 pin lead for Hingham. For Academy 2 leading by 30. Academy 2 up 30. 65 pin lead in the match. Let's get an update from Steve Kelly. Waiting for lane reset on 3.
Hey folks, we're just waiting on lane maintenance. So Academy 2 in the total, unofficially according to the stream score, Academy is up 66, 1483 to Hingham's 1417. And in the game, Academy 2 is up by 30, 281 to Hingham's 251. And that is just about it. That's your score update. Still waiting on some lane maintenance. Can I do some plug-in while we're doing that? So, of course, check out all of our Candlepin channels on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook, such as Candlepin Bowling Network, at Candlepin Bowling on TikTok, Candlepin Corner on YouTube, particularly The Skin Show, airing new episodes, the ACST, of course, the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour on Facebook. Also, check out Candlepin Chat, one of the most active discussion groups for Candlepin Bowling. It's on Facebook. There's alleychat.net for recaps of the Friday Night Pro League, as well as youtube.com/alleychat. They post classic matches from the 90s, 80s, and whatever. And there's also other channels that specialize in that just all the same. There's also podcasts such as Ripping the Rack and The Approach. Tony Levesque runs a great YouTube channel for bowling stuff. And Charlie Collins has got you covered on TikTok for some awesome streams and discussion and more kind of in-depth stuff if you're into TikTok in particular. Also, I want you to check out candlepins4cancer.com to sign up for qualifying roll-offs, particularly the any doubles coming up. Or if you just want to skip the bowling and donate, that's also accepted all the same. So Candlepins4Cancer, Candlepins number 4, cancer.com. And also, I'm on the Massholes. I need to plug this. But if you want to buy some raffle tickets from me, you got 1 ticket for $5, 2 tickets for $10, and 5 tickets for $20. You can Venmo me at Skelly. And if you do that, just include in your message, oh, thank you, Paul, your name, address, city, state, zip, phone number. I'm telling you now, it's just not going to be stored anywhere. It's just to write on the physical cards. And the drawing will be on November 4th, 2024. Support the Massholes. The world needs us.
I hate that name. The Massachusetts team. Just saying. Oh, what a try by Smith. Slides before the 10. Whitcomb's Phyllis 5, 48 through 4 for another one. Just missed outside the 1. All the leagues are done here now. It's all quiet in the Western Front. Smith picks up for a 10. Solid 68 half. Bobby Witt with a nice cleanup of 10. 58 at the half. Can Hingham come back for 4 points? They won the first, lost the second, down here in the third. 291, 266 leads 25 for Academy 2. Up 60 in the match. Smith 4 left, 3, 6, 10 right. Back to lane 3 and Bob Witt. Nice ball. Almost. Little movement on the 4. Smith, nice try. He got it. How about that one? Piece of cake. 78 in the ball through 6. Masterful shot. Whitcomb spare. 68 in the ball through 6. Halfway point of the third and final string of the match. The Friday Night Pro League every week on Candlepin Bowling Network or YouTube and or Facebook. We will record just in case, like tonight. We're at the mercy of the Wi-Fi. Thanks again to Steve Kelly for helping out with the setup today. Alex Patton will be joining me for the first time on the Friday Night Pro League. Work together in the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour. He was number 4 seed in Class D Northern Conference last year. Great guy. And his father, the general, Brian Patton, in Class B this year. Conference finalist last 2 years in Class C. Jalbert 3, Holbrook steals 9. Also double strike. Julian Strike with a head pin to fall last. Jalbert slams them all down. Slamming Jim and Jalbert. 75 at the half, plus 1. Great start. Holbrook to match. Right on it, spare. On strike, 48 through 4, 58 in the ball through 5. Two spares for each side here in the third. Lead is 15 for Academy 2. It's dwindled down. Jalbert on the crossover, 7, maybe more. 3, wiggling 6, wobbling 10. 82 half. Holbrook 136, makeable chance on the spare, 65 half. Jalbert for another one. Missed right. Ball bounces. And the wood helicopter's behind. Everything but the kitchen sink. Holbrook. Spare. He goes back to back. Make it 3 in a row, actually. Strike, spare, spare. 65 through 5. 75 in the ball through 6. Tim Jalbert, and 8. 90 through 6. What a start. Anchors away. Lead us down to 13 for Academy 2. 326, 313. Quick update from Steve Kelly in the mark situation.
Yes, so Academy 2 has 1 open mark, and that would be Mr. Smith. And then we have 2 open marks on Hingham, Whitcomb, and Holbrook. So Hingham has a slight advantage in terms of the open fills situation, but Academy 2 is still ahead by a sizable margin in the total and up by 13 in the game.
Jimbo Ayotte for Academy 2. And that's what I was talking about earlier, Steve. You see a lot of these when you go off the head pin like that. John Winchell, 62 through 4. Jimbo's 34 through 4. And the shot was just made a moment ago by Academy 2 by Joe Smith. He had wood. 4 left, 3, 6, 10 right. Ayotte goes left, 1 of the 9. Winchell trying to cut it to single digits with a spare. Not easy. Can he get it? Good try on the object. 4 in the 10. Fizzled out. Ayotte, great pinning as usual, 10, just 44 at the half, looking for his first mark, a deadly and dangerous bowler. Winchell uses the wood for the 10 for a 9, 71 half, 336, 322. The lead is down to 14 for Academy 2. 2 points apiece. Academy up big in the match right now, but it's down to 49 all of a sudden. Plenty of time left. Ayotte back in the pocket, 2 perfect, spread eagle. 3-6-10 on the right, 2-4-7, the pin numbers on the left. John, slow, steady delivery, crossing over, left side of the head pin for a righty. 3 middle, 5 left, 10 right, decent wood. 2 marks to 1 right now for Hingham. Ayotte trying to get 3. Good try. Winchell for a spare. Missed left. Always in the running. As is Jimbo Ayotte, Pro Series Player Bowl of the Year 2 years ago. Nice 10 of the spread eagle. 54 through 6. Winchell and the baby split. A field goal for an 8. 79 through 6, top of the order. Time for another update from Steve Kelly. Skelly.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Steve Kelly, temporarily on the mic. Academy 2 is up in the total 1548, up by 52 over Hingham's 1496. And in the game, it's a little bit slimmer of a margin. Academy at 346, up by 16 over Hingham's 330. Hingham has 2 open marks. Academy has 1 open mark.
All right. Another great finish, it seems like here. What else is new? Chris Jones, 51 through 6, only 4. Austin, 57 through 6, without a mark. There's a nice ball there. He drops 9. 10 pin left up. Angle piece of wood, get right around it. Could use the wood. Just want to avoid that cap. Jones, difficult leave. Hit the head pin. Look at this. 2, 5, 9, 7 left. Barnes for a spare. The wood takes it down. 67 the ball through 7. Jones, nice out, 9. 60 through 7 on Candlepin Bowling Network in high definition. Executive producer is Bob Lee. Greg Gouillard and myself will be here Sunday, the Pro Series doubles. Greg in the morning, I'll be joining him in the afternoon shift and the playoffs. Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Free to subscribe, never a charge. Jones, half Worcester, 3 in the 9. Hate that shot. Barnes in the bonus on lane 3. Crossing over. It's a bucket of 5. 72 through 7. Jones trying to work out of it. Only 2 on the right. A 6-pack. Check his ID. Barnes off the track there. 3, 6, 10. Going for a 10. Tight battle here in the third. It was close in the first. Hingham pulled away later in that string. All Academy in the second. Jones, that's why I hate that shot. A 6, leave it at the check mark. Tough sledding, 66 through 8. Austin Gaines with a 10. 82 through 8. The lead inches up. Back to 23. It was 15 a moment ago. 368, 345. Academy 2 looking for 6. Hingham looking for at least 4. Total is getting a little out of hand, but still time left down 42. Yeah. Scoreboard's not showing right. They have to watch that scoreboard, like you said Steve. All right. Yeah. Steve Kelly, good job. Trying to get the score right for the bowlers and for us. John Zappi, 4-7-8. Here's Dave Godwin playing bouncy ball. Gets the 6 and 10. John 57 through 6. Dave 67 through 6. John goes right. 1-9-10. Trying to will his team to 4 points. Godwin chops out the 3. Brutal. 7 standing. Zappi Doinks it for a 7. Just 64 through 7. Oh, what a knock that was. Big 10. 77 through 7. 7's a wild. 7-7-7. Big pins. Remember that shot. Lead goes up to 29 in the string. 14 pins out of the last 3 boxes for Academy 2. Zappy look for Mark. 1, 3, 6, 7, 8. No marks here in the string for him. Godwin fortunate to get 7, 8 even. 1 and a 3. John trying to kick it over, way off track. Godwin just missed.
Yes, about as high as it can go.
Okay, thanks. Zappy, nice out. Just 7 somehow. Tough strength, 71 through 8, but pinning well, no marks. Godwin 8, 85 through 8. 389, 359. The lead is 30 in the strength for Academy 2. Looking for 6 points and get to 500 after 3 weeks. Don't forget, next Friday night, Lafayette Lanes takes on Academy 1, 7:30 live on YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network. Will be recorded just in case we don't get reception here, like tonight, consistently. No fault of her own. Bobby Whitcomb, seen a lot of these tonight. Smith made this last time. And his Spearfield for that reward is 7, maybe 8. It's going to be 7.5. 1, 2, 10. 85 through 6. Wickham trying to do Joe Smith in this one. The 2 far right, 3 right, 4 left. Smith grazed the object pin. Wickham, good pinning, a 9. 83 through 7. Smith matches with a 9. 94. That was a 9, right? That should be a 9, Dave. 94. The scoreboard showing 93. It's 94. Wickham in the pocket. 7, maybe 6. 4 moves towards the 7. 4, 7, 8, 10. Smith on the nose, splits 2 and 2. 4, 8, 6, 10 right.
Watch that. Yeah, these are really bad. You gotta watch them.
Good try by Wickham, won't go. Smith trying to send it over. What a try. Slides back to the left, but not the right. Wickham a 9. 92 through 8. Smith.
See, there it is.
Was that 9?
It gave him the wrong number.
Was that 9? I couldn't see that one. Was it a 9 for Smith?
It was a 10 for Smith and a 9 for Wickham.
All right, Smith a 10. They fixed the scoreboard. 104 through 8. Okay, here we go. All right, Craig Holbrook, 75 and a ball through 6. Tim Jalbert, 90 through 6. I'm trying to come back in the string. Down 32. The bonus is 5. Strange leave, 80 through 6. Jalbert missed left. Steals 8. 1 on the 7. He'll take that. Missing the head pin. Holbrook for another mark. Oh, so close. Jalbert to answer. He does. Spare. 100 in the ball through 7. Jim and Jalbert time. Holbrook 9, 89 through 7. Academy looking good for total right now. Plenty of time left, though. We're down 63. Is Holbrook's team on the right. Holbrook, beautiful ball, 9. Wood sails by the 5. Jalbert slams down, 9. Leads up to 7. A plethora of wood. Bunch formation. 109 through 7. Holbrook could use it. Got it. 99 the ball through 8. Side relief. Jalbert, spare. Wood takes it down on the second try. Back to back. 119 of the ball through 8. Jammin' Jalbert strikes again with a spare. .444 to 407. 444 to 407. 37-pin lead for Academy 2. Leads us up to 72 in the match. Looking good for total. Holbrook 4-2 split. Jimbo Ayotte splits 1 and 1. Gets a break. 3 falls. Little flipper in the pinball machine on front of the 7. Reminds me of a pinball machine, Steve Kelly, doesn't it? Yeah, a little bit. Winchell, what a try. 4 in the 8. Jimbo missed chance there. I'm sure he's thrilled about that one. John Winchell, 9, 88 through 7 in the final string of the match. Ayotte, Paul Grant special, missed the second, make the third. Usually not a good time for that. 64 through 7. After this next box, an update from Steve Kelly going to the final 2 frames for each bowler. Or 2 boxes. Frames related to usually related to a 10-pin. I hate saying frames. John Winchell, nice ball. Banana split. Where's Casey McCool? Lakeside Lanes. Always hungry. Grrr. Stomach's always growling. He's always hungry, he says. I like the wood for Jimbo Ayotte. 6-10 and the 8. John, same spot. Trying to edge that wood. A beautiful ball. Academy 2 pretty much has 4 points wrapped up. It's a question of 6 or 4. John takes the short 2 for an 8. 96 through 8. Jimbo Ayotte a 10. 74 through 8 on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Update from Steve Kelly going on our final 10 boxes. 2 boxes for each. Steve.
Oh, that microphone's up high. Hi, folks. So, Steve Kelly here again. Academy 2, by our count, is at 1666 in the total, up by 76. And in the game, Academy 2 is up in the game by 40, 464 to Hingham's 424. That is your score update provided by Candlepin Bowling Network. Steve Kelly and Paul Grant. Back to Paul Grant.
Thank you, Steve. Great job tonight, as always. Thank you very much. Class act. Very good bowling. By the way, you were number 1 in the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour in your conference, Class A.
Yeah, 2 600s. I guess we'll do that for you, right? You know, I'm waiting for the collapse, but for the moment, I'm savoring that a little bit, just a little bit.
That's good. You went from Class B to Class A. You're in the playoffs last year, so good for you. Barnes missed that wood. Jones gets the kick to go for a spare. They needed that one. First mark of the string in the 9th. 76 to ball. Austin takes a 9. 91 through 9. Had 3 strikes in the first. 1 in the second. Does he have more strikes than spares still, Steve? Yeah. 3 and 3 now, okay. I thought he had 1 in the second, too, a strike. He had 3 in the first. Okay. Okay, it's 3 in the match overall. Okay, so 3 in the first, none in the second. Take that back. 4, 7, 10. Jones buries the pocket, but splits 2 and 2. There goes one more. 1-2 split. And I like the wood possibly to kick over. 2, 6, 10 on the spare. 83 through 9. Another mark for this.
Austin Barnes for the night is 23 for 30 on the head pin.
Spare!
That is, I think, one of the best stats tonight. 23 for 30 is a great percentage on the head pin.
Jones tried domino, but couldn't get to the 10. Austin 101 on the ball in the 10th. Strong finish. Kid's good. Going to get better and better. And Chris Jones with that wood to settle down. Trying to get to 93. Disappointing string. Great first string. Average second string. A little below. 9. 92 final string. Update for the 3 string totals.
3 string totals. Chris Jones finishes with a 353 game total, and Austin Barnes finishes, well, he's not done yet, but he's currently at 322 and counting, pending this final ball.
All right, thank you, Steve Kelly. Just missed the head pin, takes 6. 107 final string, so it's 322, 328? 328 total. Not his best stuff, but he had a lot of splits too. Yeah, on the head pin, 23 or 30. That's a good thing overall, usually. Sometimes works out for you, sometimes it doesn't, but the law average is 47% of the time you're on the head pin. It results in the mark. Stats by Candlepin Bowling Network. Mr. 235, Dave Godwin. 2, 7, 8, 10. Several pieces on the deck. John Zappi crossing over 6, 2, 5, 7, 8. Final string of the match, winding down here in Haverhill, Mass. Academy Lanes, Pub 125. Godwin, beautiful shot. Treetops to 10, spare. 95 in the ball in the 9th. Zappi to answer. Oh, got behind the 8. Behind the 8 ball. Boom. John Anate, he's the vice president of Friday Night Pro League. They flip-flop every year with Dave Barber. Mike Pacici, the great secretary of the league, and Joe Tavanese, the treasurer, the Hall of Famer, Joe Tavanese. Retro Bowl bowler, great guy. Academy up 41 in the ball right now. Godwin, bouncy balls, 9. 104 through 9. Total cemented now. Zappi could use a mark for his team. Danger going down 6 points to 2 after winning the first. They'll burn to 15 and 9 if that happens. Godwin, another shot, another spare. Back to back. 114 the ball. Zappi, trouble here. Got the 9. Strange leave. 1, 4, 7, 8. Right side 6-10. They'll take a 7, maybe an 8. It's 7. Disappointing string 83 is 112 and change coming in. Not tonight. 3 string total from Steve in just a minute. After this bonus ball from Mr. 235, Dave Godwin. Three, 117 final string. Totals from Steve Kelly.
Okay, so John Zappi finishes with a 3-game total of 293. Dave Godwin finishes with a 3-game total of 345. Dave Godwin was 14 for 30 on the head pin tonight with 6 splits. John Zappi was 18 for 30 on the head pin with 14 splits.
That's a lot of splits. Joe Smith, 4 spin in the post. That goes away. No post. There goes the 4. 127, even better. Bob Wickham takes down 9. A wobble on the 3 rather. The 3. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Not having it. Smith for a spare. Yes. 114 of the ball in the 9th. Wickham to answer. Knocks it down. Spare. 102 in the ball in the 9th. 5 blocks to go. Academy touring the driver's seat for 6 points and get to 500. That holds up. 12 and 12. Hingham would, like I said earlier, would go from 13 to 3 to 15 and 9. Joe steals the head pin at 9. Just missed a 10 for a strike. Big Phil, 123 through 9. Wickham on the spare. 6. 108 through 9. Smith for another one. Bang! 133 the ball. Wickham missed everything. Lafayette Lanes at Academy 1 next Friday night, 7:30 live here at Academy Lanes, Pub 125, Haverhill, Mass. Live on YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network. We will record just in case, like tonight. Wickham is 7. 115. Correction, that's a 7, right? Wow, that was a 7, right? They fixed it. All right, so 115. Scoreboard showed a 9. 115 it is. Smith wraps up his match. Stealing 8. Nice string. What a finish. 141. Oh, he steps up the big time, usually. Joe Smith. All right, nice string for Joe Smith, 141. They pretty much have it total now. They're going to take 6 points. Jim Jalbert, 119 ball, adds 6 more at the check mark. 125 through 8. Holbrook, 99 in the ball through 8. Only 2 400s the first 2 weeks. Danny Harris, 455, 412 for Jonathan Woodrow. We saw last week. He was awesome. Jalbert could not check it. Jonathan Woodrow, 140 and 145 start. Holbrook for a spare. No. Good match, but Academy 2 strong down the stretch. Hingham made a big run. Jalbert at 10. 135 through 9. Craig at 10. 114 through 9. 3 blocks to go. Thanks for watching this great and unbelievable game of Candlepin Bowling. Please get the word out. Invite your friends to bowl Candlepin Bowling. Please support your local bowling centers. Invest in Candlepin Bowling. Candlepin gift cards are a great way to do it.
Jalbert's at 398.
Jim Jalbert, 398 right now. 400 club. 3-6 right, 4 left. Holbrook buries the pocket. 8, 3, the 2 and the 4, 3 and the 6, the opposite side. 2-4, spare chance. Oh, wow, what a shot for another spare. Jim and Jalbert, 145 in a ball in the 10th. Holbrook spare, 124 in a ball. We'll get the update, the scores, and all the mark situations before we sign off. And while he's doing that, we'll set up an interview with Academy 2. Back here, because there's no microphone. Winding down here, Academy Lanes, have 125. 5 Phil. How about a 150, 150 final string for Jim and Jalbert. 413. We'll talk to him before we sign off. Holbrook 7. He ends up with a decent 131 final string. 3 string total for Greg. 369. Not bad. A 123 average. 6 points for 2 for Academy 2. We'll talk to Jim Jalbert before we sign off. Jimbo Ahot didn't need him this string. 74 through 8 without a mark. John Winchell. 136. Thanks for watching this great and unbelievable game of Candlepin Bowling. Oh, what a try that was. Winchell flies around the 3 and the 6. Watch out for Hingham, always in the running every year, as is Academy 2, Exeter, Central 3. A lot of teams. Academy 1, watch out for them. Central 2. Anybody can win. A 7-seed Lafayette Lanes won it 2 or 3 seasons ago. Winchell 9. Aot 8. Jimbo 82. John 5 over the 100 mark. Final box. Again, next Friday night, Lafayette at Academy 1, 7:30 live, right here at Academy Lanes, Pub 125, Haverhill, Mass. Come on by, root on the bowlers, support Pub 125 at Academy Lanes, 7:30 live on Candlepin Bowling Network. Free to subscribe, never a charge. Executive producer is Bob Lee. Steve Kelly in the controls and the technology tonight. Alex Pat making his Friday Night Pro League debut next Friday night here. Doing the setup. Triple wood looks like back here. Try to get to the Century Club with a mark. There it goes, spare. First mark, finally. Good pinning. 92 in a ball. Oh, try by Winchell. Try and get to 115. John, a 9. 114, final string. Steve Kelly will give all the updates on all the totals before we sign off. We'll talk to Tim Jam and Jalbert before we sign off as well. What a great game of Candlepin bowling this is. Get the word out, please. Anybody can bowl, pretty much any age, even your hundreds. 7 Phil. 99, final string. They teased him, didn't make it the 100 club. Give him grief. He has a few choice words for the pins. We won't air it. All right, let's give Steve Kelly the update and the score. We'll talk to Tim Jam and Jalbert before we sign off. Steve.
All right, folks. So much going on right now. So the final stats are 1816 to 1704. Academy 2 will take the total by 112. Academy in the third game, 614 to 538, taking the game by 76 by our counts. All 5 bowlers on Academy 2 finishing on marks, funny enough. And that should just about do it for us. So the final total will be Academy 2 takes 6, Hingham will take 2, and I'm going to sway this way.
All right. We're talking here with Tim, Jim, and Jalbert. Congratulations, 413. You beat Jonathan Boudreau's 412 last week.
Good.
Steady all night long. And you missed that first one. You missed like 3 or 4 spares by 1 pin.
Yep.
Some great shots. Didn't quite go your way.
Yeah, that happens. It's a game. You got to come back when you get those breaks. You get them. You miss the little ones. You got to go back and go get whatever you can get after them.
You won it 2 years ago, handily. You had a great battle with Exeter in the finals. Last year, a lot of injuries. You finished 4th. You're still, competitive as always. The chemistry is so important. How key is chemistry to bowlers on teams?
Oh, it's 100%. Without your chemistry, you have no game. Any team I've been on, the chemistry has been great. This chemistry on this team is phenomenal. We pick each other up every time, but we break each other's chops every time as well.
They keep it light, right?
Always got to keep it good with the guys.
Now, Dave Gorman throws the best bouncy ball I've ever seen.
Oh, he's going to replace more floors than anybody else in this game.
He's going to cause him personally to go to synthetic lanes.
It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, he is who he is. We love him.
He is. He's a 236 like Aaron Fontaine.
Yeah, I hope so. We'll get there one day.
We talked about it earlier. Talk about Austin Barnes. He's the youngest addition to your team. How key is he to your team?
Oh, it's, when he's our first bowler, second bowler, third bowler, fourth bowler, fifth bowler, he can bowl wherever you need him to. He is reliable every time. He throws that great first ball, and he gets his splits. He works out everything he can. Walls are always lively for Austin.
6-2, go to 500, 12-12. Always in the running again. A 3-letter word for winning tonight.
Wow.
Okay, Tim, Jam, and Jalbert, thank you. Back to Steve Kelly to wrap it up.
I'm holding a lot of things right now. So, folks, that will be just about it for us from the Friday Night Pro League at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. And from everyone here, for Hingham, for Academy 2, from Steve Kelly, and for Paul Grant, for everyone here, hope you have a great the rest weekend, whatever it is. And strike, comment, subscribe to Candlepin Bowling Network. Go to candlepinsforcancer.com and check out all of our other stuff, that all of our socials and everything else. And we'll see you at the next Friday Night Pro League. Have a great one, everybody.